mind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Monday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we've made our way here. Back to a Monday. Summer vacation is over. Football's here. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to see you, Bean. This is the week. Get the guys rolling, get them stoked up, and get camp kicked off here. I think they're reporting Wednesday night. So excited to kind of see that. Got the Olympics here in full throttle,
That's
full
great.
force.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I didn't watch them as much last week because it was just so nice, and we were out hanging out, down in the water. So we were outside a lot, had a lot of work to get done, a lot of different stuff. But it's been good now. Last night, sitting there hanging out, watching some of the swimming and gymnastics.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Was it the breaststroke last night?
Yeah.
The men's 100, where the top six swimmers finished all within 8/100ths of a second of each other, or something crazy.
29 100ths is what it was, less than 3 tenths.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
It's not surprising. That was a tight field the whole time, and my goodness, it was competitive to say the least. And when you have a legit tie, when they have touch pads that are down to the 100th of a second.
Is it Rowdy Gaines, too, who does a great job on the commentary? Him and Dan Hicks, I like them a lot. It was cool that Phelps got on the call with him last night, too. And, I mean, he's a pretty excitable character. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you guys at home watch this. I don't know who touched the wall first. He's like, thankfully we have those touch pads.
I don't know how they did it before then.
I don't either.
Like, they used to have a finish judge and have people with clocks and everything. Like this, at least then, like, there is no doubt on what happened. But how fast these folks are swimming is absolutely incredible.
Really is, man. So Olympics off to a great start. We won in basketball yesterday, won in women's soccer yesterday. We're officially through to the quarterfinals in women's soccer, which is always great, especially after that big debacle at the Women's World Cup just last year, right? Last summer at some point. So, good to see that going on. How was your trip, man? All right?
Yeah, it was good. Had a good time. I mean, really a trip. down to Southern Ohio. Went down to Cincinnati, played in Jordan Cornette, his golf outing for his brother over at Coldwater Creek. I believe that's the place in Cincinnati. It was a nice course Sunday night. Like I talked to Thet off that morning when you were out, but it was a good time. Got a chance to see Marcus Freeman.
Nice.
He flew in. I mean, Jordan's the next guy. Went to Notre Dame, played basketball up there. So there's a lot of Notre Dame dudes. But Cardell Jones was down there with me. Got a chance to see Jim Burrow, Joe's dad, who was playing it as well. So nice time. Enjoyed it. Spent a lot of time this week. Dad came down. My buddies came down. My daughter was down there with a bunch of her friends before she went to camp. So we had a boat. We had a tree that crushed half of our boat slip. So I spent like an entire day, day and a half, like pulling that out of the water, getting that all situated. I was 3 feet down in the water with a chainsaw, working on some tree branches, wrapping them up with chains. My dad ripping them out with his truck. So we did one day. Get a little poison ivy that I found out about last night that's starting to come on now. But outside of that, it's pretty good. I did not try to inoculate some cows yesterday.
I saw that video of you and your brothers pinning them up against the fence.
Oh, yeah. There's easier things that have been done in the world, I promise you that. Much easier. And there's easier methods of doing it.
Yeah, I figured there was an easier method than chasing them around with a fence post.
We didn't have everything set up, and they were getting sick, and so we had to get vaccines into them, and it was not an easy thing. They don't really take kindly to that, Beam. It's like they just walk on up and you can give a little shot. It was not that easy by any stretch.
We got an awesome show lined up for here this morning. Buckeyes camping here in a few days. Get into the main storylines coming up, what we're most looking forward to. Again, we're going to be out there live on Thursday and Friday, and then us as a radio station going to be out there through the entire weekend. So that's going to be awesome. Bill Bender of the Sporting News, he's going to join the program, talk the biggest storylines around college football as we get ready for camp. We got a lot of money being spent from the NFL over the weekend. A lot of big quarterback contracts. Get into that in the 7 o'clock hour. Spencer Holbrook of Lettermen Row, he joins us at 7:35 from a Buckeye perspective, talks some Ohio State camp. And then Joshua Perry, he's going to round out the program with us at 8:35. Not before, special guest, Bob. And I don't want to steal your thunder on a national day, but it may or may not be National Wing Day.
That's absolutely right, Bean.
So Nicole Cox from Roosters, she's going to stop by coming up here at 8:05 in studio with us, which is great. She's awesome.
And Roosters, every year they do an unbelievable giveaway. They used to do the bowl trip giveaway. This year they've got like 3 different drawings or multiple ones that are going to be, involved with some Buckeye giveaway game stuff. So pretty darn excited on National Wing Day to have her in at 8 o'clock.
Absolutely. So she's coming up at 8:05. Joshua Perry, like I said, coming up here at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Monday, the 29th day of July, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Bob, it's great to have you back. Shark did a nice job filling in for you.
Oh, it's great to be back, Bean. Happy to be here. Did Shark fill in?
Shark did a nice job. Well, he was the professor. Austin was filling in. So was
okay.
Tito, but Professor Shark did a nice job in your stead.
I figured that he wouldn't want to come over here anymore. He said he banished. Doesn't like to come back and do real work. He just likes to take naps over there during the show. It is July 29th, the 211th day of the year, 155 days remaining. Gosh, Beam, it seems like just yesterday we were on the plus side of life for the year. It seems so far away. Some historical events. This date, 587 BC, the Babylonian Empire sacks Jerusalem, destroying the ancient temple, beginning the Babylonian captivity for the Jewish people. This date, 1914, the Cape Cod Canal is opened. Helped travel around through the Northeast up there, Beanie. I get through there. I guess that saved a bunch of time. They said I did a lot of research on that last Tuesday. This date, 1921, big day for Shark. He voted early, voted often, as Adolf Hitler becomes the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Shark, I knew you were excited about that one. You had this day circled on your calendar.
I don't remember there being much of a vote there.
Listen.
Like one guy on the ballot, and if you didn't vote for him, we're going to shoot you.
Well, they wanted to get a good consensus, though. Make sure everybody was behind the right guy. This day, 1948, after a 12-year hiatus from World War II, the first Summer Olympic Games since 1936 take place in London. I didn't even think about that, Shark.
In London, wow.
Yeah.
Holy
France was destroyed.
Yeah.
Italy,
so was
Germany.
London was banged up pretty good, too.
They were all beat up pretty good after that, but the 36 ones were in Berlin. That's where Jesse Owens went in there. And
said, hold my beer, Hitler.
He did.
Watch this.
Decimated everybody and did a fantastic job. But yeah, 12 years later, that changing. Because you don't think we didn't get into the war until mid-40s after Pearl Harbor. It was a much different scene for the rest of Europe during that whole time.
March.
This date, 1957. Tonight, starring Jack Parr, premieres on NBC, becoming the first talk show in the history of TV.
National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated stations from coast to coast present the new Tonight, starring Jack Parr. And it's all live from New York.
You know what's amazing about that? I was looking for that very first show, and there is nothing left except that. The Ed McMahon of that day introducing Jack Parr. They just taped over those shows. Johnny Carson, I think it's first 9 years. There's nothing left.
Really?
It's crazy. They just kept taping over the shows. They had one tape at NBC, and they just kept reusing it.
It's pretty remarkable to think of. You don't have any historical stuff.
I like how they have the NBC jingle. I mean, that's been around for a long time.
Absolutely. So that's pretty darn impressive there. Thanks for digging that up, Shark, for us. This date, 1976, New York City, David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, kills one, injures another. It's his first attack. 'Twas one of many, Beam.
He's still alive?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I think he is.
I'm going to dig that up. My kids watched this documentary.
He's 71 years old, still
That's
alive.
what the first unsolved mysteries, I believe, were about him, if I'm not mistaken.
About Berkowitz and the son of Sam.
Mm-hmm. And then this date, 2015, the Eagles played their last show with Glenn Frey. Closed with Desperado. Frey died 6 months later. Very unfortunate doing the show with Rothman. Devastating time. One of the best to be able to do it. Some other birthdays. Shark, I know we had a big one for your guy, Hitler, today. Don't leave this guy out. Born in this date, 1883, Benito Mussolini. He was celebrating that Italian gold medalist in the 100-meter breaststroke yesterday from the grave. Passed away in 1945 after he was drugged through the streets of Rome. Born on this date, 1938. Gosh, he's been passed away for a while now, 2005. Peter Jennings, the TV anchor for ABC for so many years.
I have learned in the last couple of days that I have lung cancer. Yes, I was a smoker until about 20 years ago. And I was weak, and I smoked over 9/11. But whatever the reason, the news does slow you down a bit. But almost 10 million Americans are already living with cancer, and I have a lot to learn from them. And living is the key word. I will continue to the broadcast. On good days, my voice will not always be like this. Finally, I wonder if other men and women ask their doctors right away, okay, doc, when does the hair go? At any rate, that's it for now in World News Tonight. Have a good evening. I'm Peter Jennings. Thanks and good night.
He did not do any more broadcasts. That was his final one.
So he obviously didn't feel well enough to be able to get that done. What year was that?
I don't know. It feels like it was probably around 2010, but I don't know when Peter Jennings died.
He passed away it's 2005.
2005 is when he passed away.
Yeah, 2000.
I was trying to figure out
and
when
then
that broadcast
his last broadcast, Bob, was in 2005.
Oh, gosh. So it was...
Man, that's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
When I saw that, I thought he was still alive. I didn't realize that he'd passed away.
Canadian, Bob.
Yeah.
Canadian.
I know your wife's celebrating him. You guys probably used to watch that together. Turning 58 today, country singer Martina McBride. And Dak Prescott. Wonder if Jerry Jones will give him a big birthday present on his 31st birthday.
Prescott, pressure up the middle. He's going to run, and he's going to score. 11th play of the drive, but McCann back. This is 11. Prescott keeps it, and he has the touchdown. From the 14, Prescott to Beasley, and Dallas has another touchdown.
And this time Prescott keeps it. Wide open, touchdown. Prescott throws wide open. Jason Witten to win the game. Prescott throws to a wide open Witten, and he will tiptoe into the end zone. A touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys.
Prescott keeps looking for Witten. Gonna run and score. Touchdown, Dallas.
There we go. Dak Prescott, final year of his deal in Dallas, Texas. Some passing.
Where are those interceptions against the Packers at?
Yeah, should have put Bodie. He didn't want to hear those.
No, he didn't.
I got him a Brady Quinn signed home with those, so that'll help ease his pain. This date, 1890, passing away, Vincent van Gogh, the famed painter, and Elliot Cass passing away on this date, 1974, the Mamas and Papas singer. Some holidays observances. It is Cheese Sacrifice Purchase Day. No idea what that means. International Chicken Wing Day.
All right.
International Tiger Day. National Chicken Wing Day. So both worldwide, prestige worldwide, and locally here. So we'll have Nicole Cox on from Roosters at 8:05 to talk about that. National Lasagna Day. National Lipstick Day. And, of course, it rained today, so rain day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. July 29th, the final Tuesday of the month. Buckeye Camp is starting in 2 days. They report, or 3 days. They report on Wednesday night. We'll be out there on Thursday. 211th day of the year and 155 days remaining this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. Speaking of Buckeye Camp, they're camping here in a few days. What's the biggest storylines heading into fall camp? We'll do that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are tracking a few issues out the door on your Monday. First, on the ramp from 670 westbound to 315 northbound. Expect lane closures due to 2 separate crashes over there. And in the New Albany area, the right lane is blocked. Going eastbound on 161 just beyond Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Choice Cabinet. Are you stuck in your car dreaming about new cabinets? Check out my guys at Choice Cabinet, choicecabinet.com.
BreezeLine's fiber-powered 1 gig home internet for $49.99 per month offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. With a price lock guarantee, no contracts, and free equipment, you'll never have to think about your internet again. This deal gets even better with a $100 gift card. And now you can bundle and save when you add Breeze Line Mobile with plans starting as low as $12.50 per month per line. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Limited time offer. Learn more at breezeline.com.
When it's time for better storage, Dakota is the solution. Menards carries a variety of ways to organize your home, including Dakota Cube storage organizers. They're great to fight clutter, and with several options available, there's a Dakota Cube storage solution to fit any style. Save big money on Dakota organizers at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Ignite your Irish spirit at the Dublin Irish Festival August 2nd through 4th. Enjoy 7 music stages, 60 acts and more than 800 performers. Get your tickets at dublinirishfestival.org.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown, dumb since day one. The Fan.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments, so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, Ohio! Don't miss the Ohio State Fair July 24th through August 4th.
With fair favorites like the Butter Cow sculpture, livestock animals,
Endless shopping,
delicious fair food,
free live music, thrilling rides and games,
competitions, and so much more.
Enjoy all that the Ohio State Fair has to offer now through Sunday, August 4th.
Tickets on sale at the gate or at ohiostatefair.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After a dry stretch of weather, today we reintroduce a chance of rain. Looking at scattered showers today with a high of 85. Tonight, look for a few showers, low 70. Showers on your Tuesday with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Here's Law here, a little Monday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment, Bill Bender of the Sporting News. He's going to join the program coming up here in about 15 minutes, around 6:35. Talk all things camp, getting into camp, Bob. A big birthday coming up here, buddy, on Thursday. We're going to be live out at camp Thursday and Friday. We got planned.
Yeah, well, Well, maybe get some dinner or something at some point. I'm going rafting this weekend again.
Third time and
second time.
Oh yeah,
second time. We're going back down to our place and stay there down on the river and then drive in.
Is this the dude's trip?
It's the dude's trip, yeah. So
we both have dude's trips this weekend.
Yeah, doing some fish. You'll do some fishing.
Yeah, air quotes.
Well, I mean, there's that creek over there by you?
Yeah, it meanders. We did a geography lesson, right? There's some sort of river and or creek that meanders.
You'll be able to figure it out and find it. So that'll be a win for you. So yeah, pretty excited about that. That'll be fun. Probably going to do the, assuming health holds up and I'm feeling good, we'll do my conditioning test from when I played at Ohio State, the half-gasser test.
Yep.
On Thursday. You might be timing for me after our show. See how that works out. I mean, Beam, it's about 45 seconds each one. Do 20 of them, so it'll be done in like 12, 14 minutes. I mean, it won't be too long. Warm up before, and then we can hang out and watch practice after that.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. So run that, and then I'll be hurting a little bit and try to figure some things out and see what we can get done.
Absolutely, man. Excited for that. Kind of bummed today we're not out at the golf outing. I mean, it's still going to go on. We got a 10 a.m. shotgun start. We were supposed to be at the lovely, beautiful Columbus Country Club, and I feel like we used our good weather for the memorial.
Oh, yeah. And it was hot. It was hot yesterday.
Hey, buddy, it was smoking hot yesterday.
It was pretty warm. I went and ran yesterday.
It was smoking.
I was got a pretty nice lather going.
I bet.
On the track. That combined with, the booze that I'd been consuming, libations over the last week. I tried to get some workouts in down there. And then we polished it off. We came back and went to the Lancaster Festival. Lee Bryce played.
Nice.
He was awesome. Did a great job. It's cool because it's the first year we brought our two oldest boys. And they were down there chilling in the front row. Loved it. Had a great time. Super engaged. Super juiced up. So, yeah, we got a chance to do that. Came back. I hadn't been in the house in like 7 or 8 days. So there's just so much crap to get done. Get the grass mowed. Get things situated. Start getting the laundry rolling. Had to record my show. We had the Styles Brothers on, which was really
good. That. It's good to have Schleg's back on there, too.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Schleg's is back. He's alive. So excited for that. I mean, it was a fun time. Just, when you first get back from vacation, there's always just a lot of stuff to kind of dive into. And then also that was the start of football season right here. So Little League stuff. Had to go get some bags yesterday. We're starting practice for that.
Is RJ getting rolling this week?
Yeah, they got pictures and stuff. They start on August 1st, I think, too. They've got like a couple lifts. And then their first practice, I think, is on Thursday. So you just all of that stuff. I don't get like a lot of anxiety, but just trying to figure this out and schedule everything for the next 4 months. And I'm excited. I love people are like, are you excited for football season? Like, I love football season. I like to be in routines. And so I'm going to have to figure out like how the new routine is going to work.
Yeah.
And that's where some of that comes in of just trying to juggle all this and all the different media stuff that I do. Cause it's the busiest time of year for us.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's a good busy. But just trying
it's great. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
I also like streaming season where it's just like binging season.
Yeah.
I enjoy some time off here in the spring and into the summer. But it's time to get back at it.
Yep. So getting that in, like just with the Olympics this week, finishing up House of the Dragon here in the next couple of weeks. Did you watch that last night?
I did not watch that last night, buddy. I crashed out at like 9:15 last night. I was gassed.
I couldn't sleep. It was terrible. I was exhausted. I wanted to fall asleep like 7:38.
You wanted it too bad?
And then I laid in bed till from probably 8:45 to about 10:20, 10, maybe 11. I don't know. But it was a long time coming. So excited to get back in here with you. But I was more excited to kind of be at the golf course. When you're on location, it doesn't really feel like work.
It doesn't. And we were going to have 3 shows that we did this week on location,
which would have been tremendous. And now it's down to 2. So hopefully the rest of the day looks good as we'll be out at Ohio State's practices on Thursday and Friday. So hopefully get some folks out there, some guests, and have a good time.
Absolutely, man. What are you most looking forward to? What are you most interested in watching here as Buckeyes get their camp underway on Thursday?
Man, I don't know.
The most interesting thing to me was
the quarterback battle and all that.
Quarterback battle for sure. I thought it was interesting last week during media days when Ryan Day was talking about just that right guard position, right? Like that. That's going to be something to watch. It is a big year for that unit. It is a big year for Justin Fry. So not going to get a whole lot, Thursday and Friday when we're watching that, Bobby. But as we kind of mosey our way through camp, and those guys aren't moseying their ways through that at all. That's going to be something that I'm really kind of locking into and paying attention as to what's going on that right side of the offensive line. Because Ryan Day was pretty adamant about it. He goes, hey, this team goes as far as the offensive line takes us.
Yeah.
That's a challenge to that unit.
They used to always say in Urban, it's an offensive line-driven program, and that's something that I know that they're leaning back into a lot. That's the offensive line takes a great deal of pride in that. They're good. They've got a lot of talent. They just have some uncertainty there on that right side and what that combination is ultimately going to look like. And the one thing that I will say, I think Fry is a good O-line coach, and I'm excited to see how he kind of develops that and then how Chip leans in with what those guys do well, because Chip won't put guys in a bad spot.
So I'm looking at that right side of the offensive line. The quarterback battle obviously is going to be something to watch. How far can Devin Brown push Will Howard? I think that's the biggest question. Like, yeah, Julian Sand, Aaron Nolan, Lincoln Keenholz, those guys. Like, yeah, it'll be interesting. Lincoln looks like a totally different person than when he came in from last year, Bob. Full off season here at Ohio State.
Dominated the home run derby down there at the Cardinal Jones. All he wanted.
Nice.
Oh, they said that he made a play like I don't know if he's playing third or second, but or short, but like whipped one across first base, like fielding a ground ball. Like it looked like a Major League Baseball player. Like he's just, I mean, that's the type of athlete he is. He's a heck of a player. So excited, kind of see how that works. I'm excited, honestly, to watch this linebacker group, and I know it's my position, but
well, you're allowed to be excited about that.
Watching James work with C.J. Hicks, Cody Simon now, being the sole leader of that room. Sonny Styles moving in, Gabe Powers, like how they're going to rotate, because James just said we'll play as many guys as we can. Like as many guys that deserve to play, we're going to get them out there because it's going to be a long season. And that's a position that will get beat up a lot. So you want to keep those guys healthy. And so if the guys earn the right to be out on the field and they can provide value, he's going to find a way to get them out there.
Well, we saw that a lot last year too, right? Battle of attrition. Like Tommy and Steele were your two guys, but
Cody played a lot.
Cody Simon played a lot of snaps last year.
Started some for Tommy, started some for Steele. Like, you want to have guys that have that versatility.
And there's going to be some attrition this year, Bob. That's just the natural way of the football season, too, especially when you're talking about an expanded playoff, hopes of getting back to Indianapolis for a first Big Ten championship game since 2019, well, 2020, but there was nobody there in the stands to really watch that game. You're just talking about a long season to go, and as many bodies as you can have that you feel comfortable in throwing in there. Like, yeah, I understand where James is coming from that perspective.
Yeah. I mean, he knows. He understands what it's going to be. So I'm excited to kind of watch those guys develop and how they utilize and deploy them.
College camp's underway this week. Bill Bender of the Sporting News. He's going to join the program. We'll break down the most interesting storylines from across the country with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now out the door, we are watching lane closures on the ramp from 670 westbound to 315 northbound. Expect slow-moving traffic in those westbound lanes through that stretch. Also out in the New Albany area, 161 eastbound. We're watching a crash that has the right lane blocked near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Sears Heating and Cooling, a locally owned family business. And for almost 75 consecutive years, Columbus has counted on Sears Heating and Cooling to keep them comfortable.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Roof leaks and damage can ruin your business and your reputation. Property management pros trust Legacy Roofing Services, Ohio's leader in commercial roof repair, replacement, and ongoing maintenance. At Legacy, our reputation for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent roofing services for commercial buildings can solve your roofing problems before they become roofing nightmares. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $229 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our best value guarantee and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SR FWD 24-month lease with $3,000 due at signing and $731.24.
The Buckeye Show.
We finally found our CJ Stroud rookie card. The CJ rookie cards are going like crazy.
He's single-handedly saved Panini's football products for 2023.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
You never know if the person next to you in line is a McMuffin, a McGriddles, biscuit, or burrito person. But what you do know is that every last one of us in line for our McDonald's breakfast this morning were brave enough to get out of bed a few minutes early.
Right now, get a $2 breakfast sandwich like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or sausage McMuffin with egg, only in the app. Offer valid one time per day from 7/29 to 9/1/24. Participating McDonald's must opt into rewards.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We go to war for you.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Schnarr Trial Attorneys. Remember, when you're in a legal battle, we're your warriors. Call Scherger Schnarr Trial Attorneys at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Know your rights, because results matter. warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through September 15th, purchase high-quality GAF with Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. What are your self-care non-negotiables? Sometimes it's hard to make time for the things that keep you healthy, but being consistent with self-care is like working a muscle. And when life gets crazy, that muscle keeps you strong. Therapy is the ultimate self-care, and BetterHelp makes it easy to get started with affordable online sessions, so you can do it from anywhere. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/like today to get 10% off your first month.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
Great to be Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. A little Monday edition of the program. Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our great friend of the sporting news. He is Bill Bender. Bill, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. Freshly back from Indianapolis. Saw you were over at Big Ten Media Days over there in Indy. Just the thing that popped off the page most to you, Bill, from Media Days over in Indianapolis last week. Thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it.
Oh, no. Good morning. Hey, you know, the surrealism of seeing Oregon, USC, UCLA, Washington in the conference and getting to meet their coaches a little bit and hearing them speak. Marius, you know, everybody saw Deshaun Foster on the podium. Off the podium, he was much better. But I think the confidence of Lincoln and Riley, Dan Lanning coming into the conference, two different kinds of confidence that they had in Indianapolis.
So you talked about the confidence of people coming in. How about Deshaun Foster's confidence? Or is there any worry that the program might be run like his opening presser?
Well, I think one of the things to keep in mind is Chip Kelly left, and they needed a coach. Deshaun Foster, alum, a running backs coach. I think he's going to have to learn on the fly how to be a head coach, and that's part of it, right? Like being on the podium and doing those press conferences and giving the media what they want. I mean, I will say on the breakout session, he was much better, and it was because he was around local guys and answered questions well and had a good NFL career and can lead by example that way. The players seem to like him, but I think, to your point, I mean, you have to be able to do all of those things. I mean, you do have to be able to speak in front of the media and, like I said, kind of give them what they want in those situations.
Bill, I was, just reading all the stuff that was coming out of Indy and during these breakout sessions. Lincoln Riley's, I thought was fascinating because I don't think that the two new teams had like the best day early in the week on, what would that have been, Tuesday last week, like Deshaun Foster going first, then Lincoln Riley. And Lincoln Riley, fine, but in one of his breakout sessions, he actually, one of the beat writers for USC asked if he would think about canceling the Notre Dame game. He was like, yeah, if it would help us win a national championship, then that's something to look at. And I'm like, I can't believe that. One, if you think it, like, that's fine, but actually verbalizing it in front of a microphone to me just blew my mind.
Right. Well, I think he has a point, though, because if you look at USC's schedule this year, they playing LSU in the opener, playing Notre Dame at the end. Their Big Ten schedule's really hard, too. They got Michigan, they've got Oregon. They don't have Oregon. They have everybody else. Penn State. Now, when you play Ohio State and Michigan every other year, which they probably will, does that Notre Dame game lose importance? And I get that it's a top 10 rivalry all time, but I really think that USC, their games against Michigan and Ohio State, as far as coming into the Midwest, won't those mean more in the future? They could really build an awesome rivalry with Ohio State, one that, my dad's generation would understand from the 70s and all those Rose Bowls. I think that's going to be rekindled, and maybe that will mean more to USC than Notre Dame in the future.
Yeah, it's interesting, your perspective on that, because it's such a big game, and I'm curious, like the Notre Dame side, how if they lost that game, because that's really, Bill, I mean, that's their big game now at the end of the year. I mean, if you look at that from the Irish side, that would be a scheduling hole for them, because it's not like Stanford's going to be bringing anything to the party in the future. And that's one of their classic historic rivalries that they've kind of relied on to bolster that resume.
Oh, I absolutely. I mean, that loaded ACC rivalry between Stanford and Notre Dame, I mean, that makes me chuckle that they have them over there now. But, yeah, if they were somehow to lose USC off the schedule, I think it would twist their arm into looking into joining a conference. One more reason why, because you're not playing Stanford. Well, they will, but I mean, you might lose that rivalry. The last remaining teams that they would have are the service academy teams, and I'm okay with that. I like that they play Army. I like that they play Navy, but the playoff committee might not. I mean, you look at Notre Dame's schedule this year, outside of Texas A&M and USC, quite honestly, I think Florida State's on there. It's negotiable, and it's not as strong as it usually is, and it's not as strong as most of the Big Ten powers, their schedule. So that's something to consider in the future.
He is Bill Bender, the Sporting News, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Programs you're most interested as we get camps underway this week, Bill, at least from a national perspective. Who's interesting to you at this moment as we get camps ready to rock?
Well, I mean, Oregon was interesting last week. I mean, they come into the Big Ten, they throw the inflatable duck on the Indy River.
Yeah. Dan Lanning says we're taking that to every road game this year.
Yeah, it might get popped in certain places, depending on if they throw that thing on the Olentangy River in a few years. Do you think it'll get popped? It might. I think Dan Lanning's confidence coming in, the way that they're recruiting. Dylan Gabriel, I got to be around his podium. He's an impressive guy. He's been in college football for a very long time. You forget that, he's from Hawaii, really big fan of Marcus Mariota. I mean, I think Oregon could be pretty good and challenge for a Big Ten championship. You still have to make adjustments when you come into a new league, and they're still going to have to adjust when they play a Michigan or they're the only one, I think, out of those new Pac-12 schools that plays Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Anyone else? I mean, did James Franklin say anything of note? I mean, I feel like there should be some pressure on him given the expanded playoff and where they've been. I think they would have made it 6 out of the last 8 years should it have been 12 teams. Did he have any comments on that at all, Bill?
Not really. I think for them, it's don't have Michigan on the schedule. They have a tough opener. You know, that opener against West Virginia is really interesting to me. Garrett Green was playing well at the end of the year for the Mountaineers. They were playing as well as anybody into their bowl game, and you know that's a little bit of a rivalry too. One of those regional rivalries that I hope we get to see get played. But I think there is pressure on Penn State. I had Aaron Taylor, a CBS Sports analyst, tell me this phrase that stuck with me into this week. He said that 12-team playoff is custom-made for a program like Penn State. And I agree. If they don't make it, I think that's one of those pressure points where James Franklin and the Nittany Lions will really feel that going into 2025.
Bill, last week we were looking at over-under win totals, and I mean, we've looked at the schedule before, and it is a brute, but I mean, are you surprised at all that Florida's over-under win total for the entire year is 4.5?
I was going to say, if they get to 5, it's an accomplishment, honestly. I mean, the schedule that they have is brutal. We were talking about how that happens within the Big Ten and the SEC now. Well, they play Florida State, they play Miami outside of the conference. Their SEC schedule, particularly in November, is just ridiculous. And Florida fans won't see it that way. But I think if the Gators were to go 5-7 or 6-6, it'd be fine for Billy Napier. The fact that they, if they go 4-8 and they might have to press reset again, that is a program, by the way, that probably pressed reset a little too much since Urban left. I mean, they've gone from Mullen to McElwain to, Billy Napier. They're probably going to have to, I think you got to stick with the guy a little bit longer.
Well, and that's the problem is once you get in that reset mode, Bill, you really only get one. You get your second, and all of a sudden now you look since Urban left there, back in 2010. I mean, they've had a lot of issues trying to churn through those coaches. It's camp reporting week. Is there one team that you're excited to kind of see how camp starts maneuvering for them? It could be Big Ten or anywhere else throughout the country.
Well, I want to see Alabama, obviously. Is that too obvious of an answer, how this goes with Kalen DeBoer? I think it's a really obvious one in some ways. I do, because I think, we're so used to seeing them being the tone setter for the entire season, with all the national titles and being ranked number 1 all the time. I think Kalen DeBoer and how he handles it will be really interesting. Also in the SEC, LSU, Brian Kelly, always good for 1 or 2 weird press conference moments in the offseason. He doesn't disappoint there. They play USC in the opener, and I think that's another one of those games that LSU's lost their season opener the last couple years. They need that one. Otherwise, you'll start to hear some things about Brian Kelly and about fit, and does he fit in Baton Rouge, and can he get the job done, even though he's won 10 games each of the last 2 seasons.
Bill, before we get you out of here, NFL real quick, how you feeling about your Packers handing over Jordan Love $220 million?
It's a lot of money. Hey, I got one real quick for you. I was on the elevator in Indianapolis in my hotel, and these 2 guys, they had 12-pack on their shoulder, and they were, are you here for Big Ten? Sure. Then they go, we're Bears fans. We have Caleb Williams. I waited till the elevator I got off, and as I walked off, I was like, oh, by the way, I'm the fan of the team that beats you all the time. And I heard him scream as the elevator went down. So that rivalry never dies, right?
No, it doesn't, and we're going to get to see them in the Hall of Fame game. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great week. Enjoy camps, and we'll check in again next Monday, all right?
Thanks so much. Take care.
There he goes, our good friend of the Sporting News, Bill Bender, also noted Packers fan, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Today's probably going to be the last time we're ever going to see these 2 Titans and rivals battle against each other. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are still watching lane closures on the ramp from 670 westbound to 315 northbound because of a crash. Crews are working over there. Also, crews still working a crash on 161 eastbound that has the right lane blocked near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
FC Series presents Premier League giants Manchester City versus Chelsea. Don't miss the chance to see these great teams live at Ohio Stadium. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Keep up to date on the summer games in Paris. Hear hourly reports on ESPN Columbus by listening to the Fans HD2 or by tuning into 1460 on the AM dial.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's a summer savings extravaganza at Kemba Financial Credit Union. You pick how you want your money to grow. Choose a limited time 13-month certificate at up to 5.25% annual percentage yield to lock in your savings with a $500 minimum deposit. Or enjoy access to your funds anytime with a money market at 4.75% APY intro rate until October 31st with a $5,000 minimum balance and a $1 million maximum. Visit Kemba.org for details. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in today's economy, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Your assets and finances are scrutinized. Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are tracking a few scattered showers. The high will be 85 this afternoon. Tonight look for scattered showers with a low of 70. And then on your Tuesday expect morning showers with a sunny and hot afternoon. The high will be 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
We here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky.
Yes.
Happy Monday.
I hate Mondays.
I know you do.
You know I hate Mondays.
But think every Monday that comes around, you are now one Monday closer to retirement.
I like the way you say that. I like your optimism. I got, 49 to go?
Not many.
It's assuming you work them all.
Yeah, I won't be working all of them. We'll have vacations and things like that. So thanks, Bob. Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic have met on the tennis court 59 times. The Joker leads the all-time series 30-29.
Crazy.
Now they meet for a 60th time, only this one is at the Olympics, and the Olympics are in Paris, which means they're on clay. Advantage Rafa. But the big storyline, Beamer, of course, this very well could be the final meeting for two of the all-time greats.
You have to think, too, what's on the line here. And I know that Rafa is really close to being done, right? I mean, if not,
this
done.
might be it for him.
And you saw him bow out of the French really early this past year, and he's been going through some injuries and what this means. The fact that, they're almost dead even in their head-to-heads at 30 and 29, respectfully, is crazy. This is something that, we'll have on the TV. I think that they play at around 8 this morning, so here they're getting ready to go here in an hour's time. Does Rafa have one last push in him? Does Nadal have, or not? Well, Rafa and Nadal, they're the same person. Does Joker have one last push in him? What does this mean? You look into the double side, it's a pretty awesome storyline, too, that Nadal and Alcaraz are playing together. It's the best young tennis prodigy we have seen since the 3-pack of Big Raj, Joker, and Rafa. And now he's teamed up with Rafa, who's the greatest clay player of all time. I can't wait for this match, Bob. It's going to be great. It's the one last match that we deserve.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm glad they added tennis in the Olympics. These guys, I don't know if this would have happened if they didn't have it, because after the French, it looks like he was about done.
Yeah.
He got a little juice left in it because it's in France, it's on the clay, Roland Garros, it's on the clay for him.
Think about Djokovic, too. He hasn't won a gold medal. The last 2 gold medals in tennis was Zverev won back in 2021 in Tokyo. Andy Murray won the 2 golds in 2012, 2016. Rafa won it in 2008. So Joker, can he get the last piece of what has been obviously one of the best, if not the best, men's single career that we've ever seen?
Well, to do that, he'll probably have to go through Alcaraz, which he hasn't been successful at here as of late. So we'll see ultimately what happens with that. But it's a fun time in this tennis in the Olympics. I'm here for it.
Have you ever gleaned anything from an NBA coach or a baseball manager in the dugout during an in-game interview?
No.
Probably not. Coaches hate leaving their sideline huddle to answer a couple of fluff questions, but now the NFL will be included in those brief, non-informative Q&A sessions. Each head coach must be made available to do a live interview during every game. Bob, one coach is going to do an interview during the first half, and then the other coach in the second half. Fun times in the NFL.
Gosh, I wish... We got to get Bill Belichick back on the sidelines.
Oh, he'll be there. Don't you worry. With the Dallas Cowboys next year.
Doing that.
Oh, it'll be so amazing. You would just
even the most personality.
It doesn't matter.
The most personable, likable coach in the NFL who is great with a microphone. Think of Sean McVay, right? Think of Sean McVay. How nice that guy is.
No, you're going down to Miami. That's who you really...
Mike McDaniel.
Mike might be vaping during the interview.
Right. He's going to give some crass answer hey, coach, what do you guys need to do here? We need to tighten up on defense and be a little more sharp on offense. That's what every one of these interviews is going to be. Why do we need them?
I don't know. You guys have been watching it. They've been running the ball here the last 6 plays for about 40 yards. Maybe get that stopped. I'll never forget Jim Haycock, Rob Harley, a good friend of mine, played Ohio State, was doing sideline for the Big Ten. And it's always weird when it's your coach. And it was the first year he was doing it. He's like, hey, coach, what do you think you need to get corrected at halftime, before coming out? He's like, I don't know. They called him Chick for his great uncle. He's like, I don't know, Chick. You've been watching him run the ball over us. You got any suggestions? All right, back to you guys.
All right, guys, that was Jim Haycock. Back to you fellas up in the booth. All these interviews too. Is there anything better than when a coach is when they're getting blasted at halftime? They're running off the field either before halftime or after halftime, and it's a 3-possession game. Coach, what do you need to do? And they're sprinting, and the reporter's trying to keep up with them. But so They're not going to do the locker rooms like in and out of the locker rooms, right? Like they're just going to do on the sidelines? Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Especially if you're losing by 3 touchdowns.
Kevin Stefanski's going to have a great time doing
He's
that.
a great orator.
He is.
College football may be saying goodbye to walk-ons, and coaches absolutely hate it. That includes Clemson coach Dabo Swinney, who is a former walk-on himself at Alabama. He thinks it will be a huge loss for the sport. Many current walk-ons will, of course, no longer be participating, and that is too bad, and it has caused an uproar among coaches. Beamer Dabo said it's the most united coaches have been in the history of football.
I believe it. I mean, we talked about this, Bob, when this rule change proposal came down and, like, why you think you need to eliminate the walk-on perspective. Like, I know, and we'll talk about some of the payments coming up out of that House settlement and how that's going to look moving forward, but I mean, organizations and programs that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, you got a few walk-ons that you got to pay for at the training table and some extra like garb from Nike or Adidas, whatever. Like, doesn't cost you all that much, and you get a lot out of it. And it's also them realizing their dreams.
Well, the coaches hate it. Like, number one, there's guys that you can find that can end up being players.
We've had plenty of them.
Absolutely. And the other piece is, so that's a big part of it. The other piece is like trying to practice and having enough bodies out there. We're adding, Beam, all these games for the top teams. And you're telling me now that they're going to, what did they sign on this? 105 is what they eliminated?
Yes, it went from 85 to then 105. So a 20 bump in scholarships.
And in doing that, you're going to eliminate walk-ons, but they used to bring in more once you could get out of camp, you could bring in more once the student body got to school. And there was just... It's going to be hard for them to practice, and it's not. Coaches are going to be upset about it.
And it's not like the NFL where you can go to the waiver wire, add like a practice player. Right? I mean, your roster is capped at 105. Once you get to 105, doesn't matter if 30 guys on that roster's hurt. Like, those are the guys that you're practicing with.
Well, you can't bring guys. The problem is you can't bring people in the middle of semester for school.
The
school thing does still exist a little bit.
The Blue Jackets avoided a first in team history over the weekend. We'll do that in the re-rack coming up next.
To hear that.
Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching crews clear up a crash on 161 eastbound right at New Albany Road. Expect the right lane to be blocked over there as they work to clear up that crash. Also, still watching slow-moving traffic on the ramp from 670 westbound to 315 northbound because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Your roof took a beating from winter storms, spring rain, and sun damage. Call Legacy Roofing Services before that crack or seam becomes a major leak, costing thousands of dollars. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Okay, so that's the final price. Oh, an extra fee to drive here. Is that it? A knock on the door fee. So is that the final price? A 15% Wednesday surcharge. What for? Oh, because it's Wednesday. Of course. Can I get back to you on this?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows.
This quote you gave me, are there any other charges I don't know about?
Other charges?
Like an it's too sunny fee or my dog wet the carpet tax.
No, Apex always gives you upfront pricing.
No surprise fees?
Never.
No charge if your stomach hurts or you lost your library card?
Upfront pricing every time at Apex Pros, whether it's plumbing, heating, and AC or our new electrical services.
I'll call you right back. Hello, other company? Hi, me again.
It's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. You'll never get a surprise charge with the Apex Pros upfront price guarantee. Schedule an appointment now at apexpros.com.
Summer's heating up at Zumbizi Bay. Slide into the action with our thrilling rides. Relax and unwind in the lazy river. Join us for $19.99 admission after 4 p.m. Zumbizi Bay, Central Ohio's largest water park. Get your tickets at zumbizibay.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark at the Summer Olympics in Paris. Kevin Durant scored 23 points off the bench. LeBron James added 21 as the U.S. men's basketball team dumped Serbia 110-84. The U.S. women's gymnastics team easily advanced to the team final. Simone Biles finished at the top of the individual all-around table, and Suni Lee gets the second U.S. spot. The medal standings show the U.S. leading with 12. France has 8. South Korea 7. In baseball, the best team in the National League hosted the best team in the American League this weekend. When Cleveland visited Philadelphia, the Guardians wound up winning 2 of 3 in the series. Yesterday, Cleveland overcame a 3-run deficit to win 4-3. In Tampa, Red starter Hunter Green pitched 7 shutout innings. Ellie De La Cruz had 3 hits and 4 stolen bases, but the Rays scored 2 runs in the 8th to pull out a 2-1 victory. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Monday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35. Buckeyes enter camp this week. Report on Wednesday. First camp day is on Thursday. We're going to be out there on Thursday and Friday. So will Uncle Bo and the boys. Spencer Holbrook of Lettermen Row. He will also be there. Going to talk to him about some Buckeyes coming up here in about 35 minutes time, around 7:35 this morning. Special guest, it is National and International Wing Day. Coming up at 8:05, Nicole Cox from Roosters. She's going to join the program. They got a lot of good stuff that's going on here.
Well, they've got the what's the title of it here? The Roosters Buckeye giveaway. We've got 12 Ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 different giveaways throughout the year. Like I said, 12 winners. Going to be great. We'll talk all about that, so you'll have a chance to win, how to register, how to sign up. They do weekly drawings. They'll have 3 drawings, actually. They did weekly last year.
Yeah.
They'll do 12 drawings because there's 3 different things, including like maybe a trip out to Oregon.
Ooh.
Beam. Some tickets there. Who knows? There might be some other games in there. There's a lot of good stuff. So we'll get into all that here at 8:05.
Absolutely. She's going to join us coming up here at 8:05. And then Joshua Perry, he's going to round out the program with us coming up here at 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Crew played in a friendly on Saturday evening against Aston Villa of the Premier League. Aston Villa actually finished 4th in the Premier League, so they're going to be playing in the Champions League this year. Came here to Columbus.
Are they related to Aston Martin?
Different mother.
Okay.
Same dad. Aston Villa 1, Crew 4. Cucho hat trick.
Crew been dominating.
Yeah, they have.
They've been doing a great job.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job.
Outside of that food poisoning incident down in Mexico.
Yeah, and I saw that Dong Arbor said, we're not investigating that. So come on, Dong.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't care.
He hates the Crew.
So the next...
They're the bane of his existence.
Yeah, we really are. Nothing gives me more joy in life than being Dong Arbor's bane of his existence.
Gosh.
So they get past Aston Villa 4-1 in a friendly on Saturday. We don't know who they're going to play next because they're MLS Cup champions. We're now in the League's Cup portion of the season, which is dumb. It is every MLS team and Liga MX team, Bob, and they play in like some sort of group stage and then go to the knockouts. But since the Crew...
More tournaments?
More in-season tournaments, yeah. I don't get it. It's dumb, whatever. It's
More
a money grab by
in-season
MLS.
tournaments.
And so
Wait, do people not love these?
they're dumb. It means
My thing
nothing.
is,
It's a
like-
made-up tournament. It's brand new last year.
Well, that's my thing. Is like it's not the championship, and you're playing like the same people. So what is it's that stupid in-season tournament for the NBA?
It doesn't make any sense.
Like it'd be different if you were playing some different competition. But
They shut down the MLS season for like a month to play this. So we don't know who we're going to play yet because we got to fast forward to the knockout rounds
who
for
are the
being
League,
MLS
who
Cup
are the
champions.
League MX? Who are those teams?
Mexico.
So we're playing Mexico again.
Yeah.
Didn't we just have the Americas? How is that different? than this?
CONCACAF?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great question. You have to qualify for CONCACAF Champions Cup based on how you do in MLS, but every team qualifies for this.
So even we're going to get a chance to watch bad international soccer.
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. I like that.
That's what you want. So we got Leagues Cup going on again. We don't really know who we're going to play here coming up here because we got to fast forward past the knockout rounds. But they did beat Villa in a friendly 4-1 on Saturday. Sharky, you were wrong. Gardos not swept over the weekend, my friend. In fact, they took 2 out of 3 from Philly on the road.
So happy to be so wrong. I don't know how we're doing it, to be honest with you.
Witchcraft?
It's called smoke and mirrors, Shark.
Yeah. Going into yesterday's game, the Guardians had been shut out 6 times in the last 16 games. The last time they had been shut out 6 times in 16 games was 1949.
Didn't they win it in 48?
Yes, they did, Bob.
Okay.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know.
Are they going to win it this year or
Maybe.
next year? Maybe next year.
Or the previous year. They should have won it last year.
Yeah, they should have won it last year if history repeats itself. But you took 2 out of 3. Why are they only playing in Detroit for a 2-gamer?
Well,
weird.
we're down to 13 games against in-division opponents now. So from 19 to 13, they've played 11. They played 3 or 4 game series now. They just have 2 left.
All right, so they're at the Tigers for a 2-gamer that tonight, and then back in Detroit tomorrow afternoon. Weird little 2-gamer. Reds lose 2 out of 3 in Tampa. Ellie De La Cruz did steal 4 bases yesterday, though, so they got that going for them, which is nice. They got a 3-gamer at home against the Cubbies. Blue Jackets making some news over the weekend. How's some contract extensions sound for you, Bob? Over the weekend, Kent Johnson signed a 3-year contract worth $5.4 million on Saturday. Average annual value and a cap hit of $1.8 million. So young talent right there with KJ. 1.6 in the first year, 1.8 in the second year, and then his final year of his contract, 26 and 27, making $2 million. 6 goals, 10 assists in 42 games last year. Limited playing time in games and minutes under Pascal Vincent. Also got injured, so we'll see what happens with that moving forward. And then the first in team history, Blue Jackets avoided arbitration with Kirill Marchenko. He signed a deal that carries an average annual value of $3.85 million, Bob. The arbitration date on that was set for Wednesday. We have never been to arbitration as a club. So Kirill Marchenko signing a 3-year contract with the Jackets, as well as Kent Johnson. Again, average annual value of this one, 3.8. Kent Johnson's 1.8. So getting some nice little midsummer contract negotiations done.
Some of this stuff done. I mean, this was kind of the first deal to be able to get this done. The new organization, the new brass, if you will, being kind of put their stamp on sculpting this roster. They've made some moves, brought back some veteran guys, moved on from some other guys, and trying to reshape and resculpt this team.
Absolutely, man. So they got that done. And I think Cole Sillinger is the only one left, but he is, I think, a restricted free agent and has no arbitration rights. So that's the one left that you have to get done here in the offseason. I think we might get this golf round in, Bob. Oh, looking at the radar here, churning and burning.
Listen, if I emotionally disconnected myself from the golf when we had to come in here today and didn't go out to the station, didn't go out to wherever, the CCC. Is it raining right now?
I don't know.
I mean,
it looks on the radar, it looks on the map as if it is raining.
You never know, Beam. We'll see.
Why don't you look out the window, Bob?
Yeah, that's been one of the banes of my existence. The fact that we live in this windowless room. I would love more than anything. I could get rid of that stupid ping pong table out there, all the other nonsense that we have, just to be able to have a window here. Told me it wasn't possible. It would have been. And it would have been very expensive to do when they were redoing it. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So I can't tell you if it's raining or not.
And we're wearing headsets, so I can't hear if it's raining or not either.
Well, it's supposed to be a soundproof studio, Beam. So
but it's not, because I'll be sitting in this brown studio that we have right next to the on-air studio, and I can hear the conversation plain as day. It's not a soundproof booth at all.
Well, it doesn't sound very good.
No, it doesn't, because we usually have our headphones on. The next time that we get done, I'll go and shut this door. I will yell into the studio or just talk at a reasonable level, and I guarantee you'll be able to.
In a glass cage of emotion?
Mm-hmm, basically. William.
It's raining in Hilliard, according to John Beams on the chat. So.
All right. So raining in Hilliard. Maybe it's not raining on the east side, but probably is if it's raining over there. How was Pia this weekend, Sharky?
Fantastic.
Good.
I'm her favorite person.
William put Meredith and I almost beat us yesterday. For the first time in his, almost 17 months of life, he took us down to the wire. It was a bad day yesterday. Just from the time that he got up until the time he went to bed, Bob.
We'll wear you out?
We almost lost control of our household yesterday.
You mean lost control?
Oh, he was just... So, I'll paint the scene for you. So, at about...
Thought about shaking him really hard.
Bobby. At about that's awful. At about 6:45.
Hey man, I got 4 kids. I'm going to tell you, they're all alive and they all survived this stage. And I'm not advocating for any of that. Believe me, those things are terrible. But I mean, the amount of jokes that have been made, like with AJ and I, about your kids when they want to break you. I'm like, what is wrong with this?
They just don't give up on it.
Well, they're relentless.
They are relentless.
The persistence. It's impressive.
So yesterday morning he gets up, and on Saturday he slept until like 8:30. He was just snoozing. It was awesome. Yesterday morning he gets up around 6:45. Got little gym that we're gonna go to yesterday morning. Getting ready. I'm up in bed. Mare's hanging out with him. Slow start to my morning, and all I hear from downstairs is just utter chaos. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? Like, let me get up. This is probably about 7:30. Getting ready to leave at about 8. Go downstairs, bathtub is running. I'm like, uh-oh, what happened?
Wait, he turned the bathtub on?
No, he didn't turn the bathtub on. Mare turned the bathtub on. I'm like, what happened? Did we have like a blowout? What was going on? He's gotten so strong and doesn't want to change the diaper that he just flails like anytime that you change the diaper now. And so yesterday we had to
assert your alpha status. It might be a 2-man job.
It might
be. You have to just hold him there and look into his eyes.
I'm going to pin you down and you're not going to move.
You have to break his spirit.
Walk downstairs. And just there had been crap flung from him.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, just all over the place.
Poop all over the house.
Yeah. So that was 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I feel like...
That's a great start to the day.
Yeah, it was really good. From that point on, I think he had realized that he had seized momentum from us. And the rest of the day, he was a jerk.
It was a power position.
He was a jerk the entire day yesterday. I don't know what was going on, but we tried to do everything. The only time that we had some respite yesterday was when we were on our walk and he napped for about a half an hour.
Oh, so he didn't hit his normal nap?
No, he hit a nap just fine. Like that, the 2.5 hours that he took the afternoon nap were great. But in the morning window and in the afternoon window, he was just relentless.
Even after the afternoon nap, he woke back up and was
just full of bad intentions.
I like that.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, well,
not good for me.
Well, you know what, Beam? You've got to assert your alpha dominance. When you hold him down, you have to pin him and have him look you in the eyes, just so he knows, hey, I'm not going to let you move from here. You can't do anything. You are powerless right now, and we can stay in this mode, or you can be a team
Change
player
our attitude.
And get back on the team.
Everybody's going to have a better time if you stop being a cowboy and a senior.
Go run through the jungle.
Yeah, get out there. Come on, let's go. On the line. Let's blow the whistle. Yesterday, I mean, my mom got him like a little inflatable pool. You know, it takes, 5-10 minutes to fill that sucker up. Not that much.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mare left outside, went to go outside to fill up the pool. He screamed for 10 minutes straight.
Just because she walked out?
Just because she walked out of the room. And then she got back in the room and I walked outside and then he started screaming again. I'm like, well, what do we do? There's no victory. Then we got him outside of the pool and he wanted nothing to do with the pool.
I thought he loved the water.
I thought he did too. That's why we got him the pool.
Did you try the water table?
We had the water table out as well. Nothing was working.
Did you try water torture?
Maybe I should have. Last night when he went to bed at 7:30, Meredith and I looked at each other in dead silence and sat there for a half hour. No TV, no phone, no anything. Yeah. I just straight up, I think I just stared into space for 30 minutes long.
It's emotional exhaustion.
I looked at her and I'm like, he almost got us today. He almost broke us. She goes, it's not going to be the last, but that may have been a first.
That's pretty good.
That's how my Sunday was.
That's good. Well, I mean, I was running around in a cow pen with a gate trying to stab these cows in the neck.
I think I would have signed up for that.
I don't know. You know, one time I fell, like I was worried.
Stampede.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like, my mom, there was a couple we couldn't get vaccinated, and she's like, I wish we would have. I'm like, yeah, you get in there with a 600-pound cow. It's like these guys, because once they're older, they don't need it anymore. Mm-hmm. But if they're under 2, and I'm like, these things, you have like a slim window. Once they hit like 4 months, they're strong, they're fast, they're athletic. They
pin them down, assert your dominance. That's what you said to me.
That's because you can pin Theo down with one hand. 3 fairly strong grown men could not subdue one of these guys.
It was a great video that.
Oh, you want to see the small ones? When we get them, we'll flip them over. That guy, he's in charge. He knows it too. I mean, we pin him in there, run the gate, run him against the fence. He straight up jumped the one gate. I mean, he's trying to go. George's like, push down on the top. I'm like, dude, it's way easier said than done. Way easier.
I'm trying.
Jabbing with the needle bends. I'm like, dude, we need stronger needles here. I mean, more like a trank dart is what we got to start off with, some sedatives.
Yeah, ask Will Ferrell about that trank.
Exactly. That's what I was imagining. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. So that's what I had.
And it was 105 degrees out yesterday.
Oh, I had a nice sweat going. Mm-hmm. My dad's like, you don't have to work out today. I'm like, oh, it's not necessarily true. I mean, I ate quite a bit and drank quite a bit at the concert the night before, but it was a nice way to get a good sweat going while I was battling a hangover early in the morning.
There was a lot of money being spent around the NFL on quarterbacks this weekend. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we're watching multiple crashes, many of them on 670. We've got 2 crashes going westbound, 1 going eastbound. Expect to be slow moving going westbound on 670 to 315 northbound, and eastbound on 670 going to 71 south because of crashes over there. Also on 161, still watching slow moving traffic heading eastbound right near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee? Arthritic pain like I was having in my knee? Maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community, except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station, except Bo. The Fan.
Hey, have you heard about Tim Hortons' new happy hour? Get 50% off summer menu drinks after 2 p.m., Monday to Thursday.
50% off?
Yeah. Try the new Cocoa Caramel Crunch Iced Cap, Butter Pecan Cold Brew, Mango Frozen Lemonade, Solar Splash Tim's Boost, and Berry Cherry Refresher.
There are so many options. That's really good.
Discover a new favorite with Tim's Summer Menu and enjoy 50% off during happy hour. Only at Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows in colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, Ohio! Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Experience the food, entertainment, animals, shopping, rides, and more. July 24th through August 4th. Tickets on sale at ohiostatefair.com.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After a dry stretch of weather, today we reintroduce a chance of rain. Looking at scattered showers today with a high of 85. Tonight, look for a few showers, low 70. Showers on your Tuesday with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 7:35, Spencer Holbrook, Lettermen Row. He's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes camp getting underway on Thursday with him. Again, Spence coming up here 7:35. NFL was spending a lot of money, man, this weekend. 2 big contract extensions doled out. One for the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, a 4-year contract extension valued at a franchise record $212.4 million a year, average of 53.1 a year. Tagovailoa will rank 3rd in the NFL in their quarterbacks behind Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow. Deal includes $167 million guaranteed. That is the 8th most among quarterbacks. So we got that news. Was that on Friday? And then Saturday we got the news, turn around, that Jordan Love signed an even bigger contract for the Green Bay Packers. His deal, 4-year contract, $220 million, $75 million on a signing bonus, and a $55 million average. That's a lot of cash for these guys. Holy smokes.
Those are some beefy deals, to say the least, Beam. Very, very beefy deals. And now next up is Dak Prescott. Maybe. Who knows?
It's his birthday today. I think Big Mike gives him a birthday. Or,
I don't think it's Big Mike.
I think Jerry gives him a big birthday present.
I think that's coming in from Jerry Jones. So, yeah, there's it's going to be interesting to kind of see how this shakes out. But those 2 guys getting deals like that,
yeah,
I think it shows the growth of the cap. In fact, if you don't have a quarterback, the paranoia and losing one. I mean, Jordan Love's given you 1 good year.
He started 20 games.
I mean, you're betting on the fact that you think that you've got the guy here for the future.
You did make a nice little playoff run, right? I mean, they beat in the playoffs. They beat the Cowboys, and then they beat somebody else too, or was that No, that was just the wild card week, and then they got beat second half blow up against the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
But I think they had that game pretty secure, and the 49ers came back. All like what they did Detroit against in the NFC Championship game. Yeah, the Jordan Love deal, man. Again, you're 20 starts in, And if you feel confident, like he's been with the organization for a long time, we know that he backed up Aaron Rodgers. That's a lot. That's a lot to give a guy off of 1 year, being a good year, really solid year.
Yeah.
Just the promise that this is going to be the guy to lead us into the future. That's $220 million, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about guys like Joe Burrow, guys like Lamar Jackson, who have actually had sustained playoff success, MVP awards, Super Bowl appearances. And now Tua and Jordan Love are tied with them on contract value?
Hey, that's where we're at, Meme. I mean,
Good for them.
That's all you got to say. Like, you wish it wasn't that way, but it is. I mean, it's just, I wish that there was another way to put it, but I mean, these guys have the teams in a spot. Jordan Love's sitting there in camp like, hey, I'm here, but I'm not going to play until you give me a deal. I mean, they could have played hardball with him, but what are you going to do? You know, at some point, like, you've got to.
Guess what? He was attending meetings and watching film, and he wasn't going through any, like, activities, right?
100%. So you've got to figure out, you've got to pay the guy. Like, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth playing hardball with it and just saying, okay, if you don't want to play, like, if you're healthy, you have to practice. If you don't practice, then we're going to fine you.
Yeah.
Like, it's your quarterback. It's such a unique position to be able to deal with it. And you got that 4-year deal. He's going to be I think he's going to be back up again when he's like 28 or something.
Yeah.
So he'll still be a young guy. And then Tua's played well at times, but they really haven't won anything of consequence.
And you just look, too, at that.
He's had some injury stuff.
I mean, inside of the AFC, Bobby, it's so tough. It is so tough. And now they're going to have to think about the Tyreek Hill situation, too, like going along with that. Like, how are we going to negotiate that? He came out last week. His agent is Drew Rosenhaus. He goes, hey, man, whatever you do, don't get me traded. You know, like, I don't want to leave this place. I want to stay in Miami. He likes it down there, obviously. So you pay Tua all that money. I would have more faith that Jordan Love wins bigger games more often than Tua would. Just the way with the AFC and how much. I mean, you're living in the same division as well with Buffalo.
We've got Buffalo
and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
We'll see if the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, if he's healthy, how they look.
Pats in a rebuild.
They're in a rebuild, but in a year or two, they should be better than where they are now. Let's not forget, in the AFC, you look to the AFC North, the teams they have there. You look out to Kansas City in the West. I mean, there's a lot of talent.
Houston, they're on the come up. So your funnel to get through there is pretty darn tough. It is, and you look at look around the NFC, and the waters are a little more navigable. Now you have Detroit in your division. They're not going anywhere.
They're going to be good. Chicago Beam, they on the come up.
Are they back?
Are they on the come up? Sharks feeling good about it.
You should have heard Shark last week.
Bill Bender, he was feeling froggy.
Yeah, he was. He said, I got off the elevator with 2 Bears fans who were holding each a case of Miller Lite in their hand, saying something about, the Bears are back and Caleb Williams and all this. And, then Bill sliding in there at the very end. He's like, well, I'm a fan of the team that's beat you since 2018. Bears haven't beaten the Packers since 2018. It's been a long time. So, yeah, you should have heard Shark last week, too. Randomly, I think to just not get under my skin, but just to really drive home the point. Shark would be talking in a sentence, and he would just be like, hey, did you know the Bears are back? He'd just randomly break into that. But, yeah, you look at that division, Bobby, in the NFC North, way easier to manage than I feel like it would be than in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the AFC, it is a tumultuous path.
Yeah.
NFC, much more manageable. If you're Green Bay, you look at yourself, we put ourselves in a good situation. Yeah, you've got Detroit in the division.
Got San Fran hanging out there.
San Fran's really good. Philly should be pretty good, although they've got to get some stuff straightened up. Like the NFC East isn't a whole lot there.
Matt Ryan with the Falcons now. We'll see how that works.
Who?
No, what did I say? Matt Ryan? Kirk Cousins. Matt Ryan was with the Falcons for a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
He almost had a Super Bowl one for him.
And then they blew it 28-3. Did you know that?
Yep. I remember watching that. So, yeah, there's some opportunities there for them, to say the least.
Spencer Holbrook of Lettermen Row. He's going to join us. We'll preview Buckeye Camp with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear up a crash on 161 eastbound near Hamilton Road. Also still watching very slow-moving traffic on 670, both heading east and westbound. Expect lane closures on the ramp from 670 west to 315 north and on the ramp from 670 east to 71 south. I am 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. I was in my Lexus the other day. It was hot as hell, but I was so thankful for my ventilated seats. I'm not saying that's why you should buy one. It's just very nice. Right now at Jermaine Lexus, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with lease payments as low as $499 a month and 3.99% financing on select models. Get this, the RZ is 0%. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
You never know if the person next to you in line is a McMuffin, a McGriddles, biscuit, or burrito person. But what you do know is that every last one of us in line for our McDonald's breakfast this morning were brave enough to get out of bed a few minutes early.
Right now, get a $2 breakfast sandwich like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or sausage McMuffin with egg, only in the app. Offer valid one time per day from 7/29 to 9/1/24. Participating McDonald's must opt into rewards.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Cruising along here, a little Monday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our good friend of Lettermen Row. He is Spencer Holbrook. Spence, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. Buckeyes camp underway here. Thursday, August 1st, only a few days time, Spence. What are you most looking forward to Buckeye Camp, buddy?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Happy camp week. I think it's just to see all of the moving parts come together. Talking to Ryan Day last week at Big Ten Media Days, the oddity of that was kind of startling. There wasn't really that much to ask him about aside from like the expectations, just because we asked all of these questions so many times. There's only, I think, 3 or 4 position battles that I can count. There's only a couple different, young guys who you really think are going to make an impact because of how many veterans are back. And so there wasn't really much to talk about, in all honesty. And so then you come into camp and you finally feel like you can start to get some answers on the few questions you've got, and then form some new questions based on what the Buckeyes look like on those first 4 days that we're going to get to see.
So did you ask him about being on the hot seat, Spencer, and what that feels like?
I did, Bob, and he told me to go away. No. I mean, it's so crazy.
That's like the number one question that everybody wants to know whenever I talk to you. Hey, is Ryan on the hot seat? What's that feel like? They've got to win, right? I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I know. And you think about all of the things that would require, right? Like Ross Bjork 1 year after giving Jimbo $75 million, giving Ryan $50 million. You think about how many games they would actually have to lose for that with the talent that they have. And it's like, was that even possible? And so I always get a chuckle, whether that be talking heads on national networks or, like you said, Bob, friends asking when, somebody new finds out what I do for a living. And it's like, hey, what's going to happen with Ryan? Like if they lose to Michigan, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But the hot seat thing can probably be put to rest once we start putting the ball in the field.
Hey, Spence, you were over in Indy last week for Media Days. What did you take out away of the 4-pack of new teams coming into the conference?
I thought it was really fascinating because I didn't stick around for Thursday, so I didn't hear from Lanning or Fish there in the Pacific Northwest portion, but I was in the Southern California portion with with Coach Foster and Lincoln Riley. And man, the Lincoln Riley thing is so fascinating to me because if you do want to talk hot seat, Bob, like I think Lincoln Riley is facing a massive year. His first year in the new league, a league that he probably didn't expect to be in when he took that job. And if he did, then, whatever. But I just, it's such a weird fit for me now because he's more of like a Big 12 style coach in the Big Ten. And to take that to the Pac-12 was one thing. To bring it to the Big Ten, I think, is another can of worms that he's opening. I'm just so fascinated by, he's almost all of a sudden got to prove a lot of people wrong because we all think that it's starting to go south there at USC. So I've got an eye on him, and some of the ways he answered those questions, he was a little defensive, which is never a good sign for me when it's July and the coach is already defensive. So I'm going to be watching USC and Lincoln Riley pretty closely this year to figure out what is going on there because we all thought it was going to be a home run when he got hired there. And it seems like it's kind of like a bloop to left field at this point.
What would you say is going on with Deshaun Foster? I know we've talked a lot about this, but the opening press conference, as people are like, well, it's his first time. I'm like, yeah, but he's still the head coach at UCLA. You think you could have at least prepared and talked. I talked to Schleg about this. Schleg's on my show on YouTube. He's like, well, you come out and you talk about your culture and everything else that you're doing. I'm like,
read the roster.
He goes, you talk about it every day. And he goes, and I'm like, well, do they? Like, that's, don't make that assumption. Like, there's a concern if you just can't talk for 2 minutes about your team, that I'm curious if you truly know your team.
Yeah, it was one of the most bizarre things I've seen, and I think that's my 5th Big Ten Media Day, and I don't think I've seen anything like that. For him to just kind of freeze up there. I will say that I think it was probably a little bit of a joke that didn't land when he talks about, we're from Los Angeles and so is USC. And then he paused. Maybe the sheet said pause for laughter. I'm sorry, Deshaun.
You tell me is he reading off the prompter?
He could have been. I hear that's difficult for some people, though. So, at this point, you don't really know what happened to him. But I will tell you that on the Andy Staples show with On 3 and with other various outlets, he was actually, and I'll give him credit, he wasn't just better, he was good. and like he was concise. He talked about his team and stuff, but like those first 2 minutes are exactly what's going to be on Big Ten Network. They're what kind of sets the tone for your day. I thought Ryan did a good job up there. Most of the coaches do a good job just talking about how many guys they've got returning, what the outlook is, like you said, for the program for 3 or 4 minutes. I maybe the joke wasn't the right way to go. And if I had to guess, I would say Deshaun Foster wants that clip back, because anytime UCLA faces any hardship the next few years as he's the head coach there, I'm sure that clip is going to go around and be like, we should have saw this coming.
He is Spencer Holbrook of Lettermen Row with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Spence, we started off the show just talking about camp storylines and everything, and Ryan Day was pretty adamant that it's a big year for the offensive line and for that unit. Just the right side of that line, the right guard position specifically. What are you looking at here as we navigate this fall camp this year for the Buckeyes?
Yeah, I admittedly have been all over the place on this, because when we went into camp, I said, well, if they're going to play, we walk into camp the first day, Luke Montgomery is playing right guard. Okay, well, looks like he's got the upper hand. And then by the end of camp, Carson Hinsman and Tegra Shabola were playing that right guard spot a little bit more and getting those reps with the ones. And I thought to myself, okay, I'll take the bigger body. I'll go with Tegra. And now, if you ask me who's going to be the right guard, I would tell you it's going to be Carson Hinsman. So all three of those guys have kind of shuffled in and out of the depth chart, from what I've been able to gather, because the way that Ryan Day talked about Carson Hinsman was honestly pretty special last week, because he talked about how he battled at center last year, and he was probably half a season early. He shouldn't have even been playing. Luke Whippler should have been the center last year, and when Luke went to the NFL, Carson got thrust in there, and he was, again, a half a season early. He came out better. He came out on the other side of that, and looks like he's a different player, a changed player. So if I had to guess right now, I would say going into camp, Carson Hinsman might be a right guard, with Seth McLaughlin at center, obviously, and then Fryer. And Ohio State has, at every single time we've talked to Ryan this offseason, he has talked about Josh Fryer's offseason. And that's not for nothing. I think they love what Fryer has done with his body, the way he's kind of molded himself into a pretty good tackle, and they've just got to see him take a big step here in August. I'm starting to become more confident in this offensive line each time we talk to some of these Buckeyes. I just think that they've got a lot to prove, but they know they have a lot to prove. And when you've got a motivated unit like that did show some promise through the year last year, and had its rough moments, I think that you're going to see a pretty good unit this fall.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some ups, there's been some downs, but you feel pretty good about it. I think a lot of people have confidence, at least I do, in Fry and Chip Kelly being able to put that offensive line in the best position to be able to have success and to lean in on kind of what the guys do well. Spencer, are you a fan of this new format where they have, the 4 open practices to start training camp?
I think it's going to have its goods and its bads, Bob, because the good, I think, is that we'll get to watch the first 4 practices, and I'm not going to ever complain about when Jerry Emig and Ryan Day and those guys allow us to watch practice. The bad is that those are the 4 practices that won't be in pads and will be more or less acclimation periods, and then maybe we don't get to see much after that. And so, it's kind of hard to complain when you get 4 practices, but I think it's good for the fans. Somebody can, if Jeremiah Smith goes on to win the Biletnikoff and becomes an NFL All-Pro, then somebody can say, well, I was at his first ever training camp at Ohio State, and that's a cool memory. And for the people who can't afford tickets to even the Western Michigan game, they can go buy those $50 tickets and go watch Ohio State at practice and be able to say that they saw this team in action. I think that is awesome. It's something that, truth be told, when I couldn't afford tickets when I was a kid, I would have begged to do and taken advantage of. So from a fan's perspective, I think it's brilliant, and I think there will be fans that take advantage of that. But from my perspective, I think it might lead to us seeing 4 acclimation practices and then maybe not much else until August 31st.
Buddy, before we get you out of here, you are the noted nephew of Aunt Karen Holbrook.
Absolute drunken orgies.
Is she going to be out at Buckeye camp this week, Spence? You going to have a family reunion out there?
I think you know the answer to that. She's more of an Olympic sports woman, so I think she's going to be locked in on Paris 2024 while we're out there celebrating a new Buckeye season. It's just, football is obviously not her thing, and maybe she'll be she'll be sitting around watching like synchronized swimming or something.
Do you know what she's up to right now?
I have no idea what she's up to. I don't.
Listen,
you guys
don't keep in contact with your aunt?
Don't besmirch the regional chancellor of the University of South Florida, Sarasota Manatee. Okay? Well, she's held that position since January 2nd, 2018. So we're coming up on a big 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, I just use the beach house down there, Bob. I don't do anything else with her down in Florida. I just use the beach house.
Where do you think she got that quote from, Spence?
Oh, wow. All right. Go Tees, I guess. Go Manatees.
Buddy, they call them the cows of the sea. Always appreciate the time. Have a great rest of the week, buddy, and we'll check in again. We'll see you out at camp on Thursday, all right?
Always appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
There you go. Spencer Holbrook, Lettermen Row with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching slow-moving traffic because of crashes on 670. Both those east and westbound lanes restricted this morning, especially going westbound to 315 northbound and eastbound to 71 south. Also, watch for crews clearing a crash on 161 eastbound right near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwold with your fan traffic.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up 2 brand new showrooms in the Columbus area, located in Reynoldsburg and Polaris, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my 2 brand new Bob's Discount Furniture stores coming to Reynoldsburg and Polaris this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Guys, it's summer and it's time to do more outdoors. But do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation, and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men and it happens naturally. The solution, testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offered till July 31st. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
FC Series presents Premier League giants Manchester City versus Chelsea. Don't miss the chance to see these great teams live at Ohio Stadium. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com.
Rothman and Ice.
If I were the director, the owner of HBO or whatever, we're not showing any previews because I think the element of surprise is such a great thing to have.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, have you heard about Tim Hortons' new happy hour? Get 50% off summer menu drinks after 2 p.m., Monday to Thursday.
50% off?
Yeah. Try the new Cocoa Caramel Crunch Iced Cap, Butter Pecan Cold Brew, Mango Frozen Lemonade, Solar Splash Tim's Boost, and Berry Cherry Refresher.
There are so many options. That's really good.
Discover a new favorite with Tim's Summer Menu and enjoy 50% off during happy hour. Only at Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Terms apply.
Shop Meijer for all of your back-to-school essentials. Pull out your supply list and check it off as you go because it's all in one stop. Find Crayola 24-count crayons for 50 cents, Meijer 70-sheet notebooks for 45 cents, Elmer's glue for 50 cents, and Meijer 8-count number 2 yellow pencils for 75 cents. Plus, get select backpacks 20% off. You'll get an A+ in savings when you shop back-to-school in one stop at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell.
Come on down to Land. The place where you can do so much walking. You can walk to work, the bus stop, or the gym, where you can pretend you're walking up an endless flight of stairs. Even when you're flying somewhere, you can take a really long walk through the airport. It's Land.
Life on a boat is way more relaxing, and it's even more relaxing when you protect your boat with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from ratefilings.com. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are tracking a few scattered showers. The high will be 85 this afternoon. Tonight look for scattered showers with a low of 70. And then on your Tuesday expect morning showers with a sunny and hot afternoon. The high will be 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them online at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Roberto, Monday. What's got you fired up today, buddy, coming off the weekend?
What has got me juiced? Well, first day back in a while. I worked Monday, Tuesday, but I was remote. Going to play a little golf outing last week. That was fun. Got a lot of work done this week. Got a lot of things achieved. Trying to now plan up. Like, my birthday's on Thursday, and my birthday is always synonymous with the start of football season. Yep. It's within a couple of days there. So just trying to figure out the schedule for coaching my kids, covering all the stuff I need to cover. I don't like new routine. I don't like uncertainty, trying to get all this pinned down. We've got all this stuff that, we're invited to this. This is opportunity. Here's this event, all this crap. Just trying to get it all on the calendar, trying to find a way to navigate around it. I'm about ready to throw up sometime last night when I was thinking about all of this, but I think we're starting to get it firmed up.
Okay.
I feel good about it. I love the Olympics. Watching that last night, great. Some of the replays of it. The swimming's fantastic. The gymnastics.
How about Buckeye Hunter Armstrong?
Oh, dude, Buck Hunter. I didn't realize he's from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He's a Sycamore guy. Or no, that's not, no.
That was the guy who took
Carson. Carson.
Yep.
What's his last name? Can't think of him. He goes to...
Is it Fink?
Yes, he goes Arizona State. That's where
make it up.
No, he goes to Texas.
Okay.
I did. I looked
that
up.
Sounds better.
He went to Texas. Because Court's there's a picture of him holding a little Ohio flag in one of his deals. I'm like, well, let's see where he's from. From the great state of Ohio. Of course, you expect nothing less, although he went to Texas. But that was awesome. It's great seeing this. A lot of Buckeyes out there represented. The United States has been doing well. That makes me happy. That warms my heart. That juices me up. We've got Nicole Cox sitting in there from Roosters. Going to talk about their big giveaway of what they're doing for the folks this season. They've done the bowl trip giveaways in the past. Well, since being there's a playoff now, and hopefully the Buckeyes are not playing in a traditional bowl game. That would be bad.
That would be bad.
That would be a bad thing. Roosters going to do some different stuff. And it's National Wing Day.
And International Wing Day.
Both. All the wings.
The fun casual joint.
From all around the world. We're going to talk about that. Shark and his medium flappers only that he loves every Tuesday when I bring him into him. It's going to be Wednesday this week, by the way, Shark, because we got a lot going on.
I'd like to change.
Well, you know what?
I went into
changing your order?
I went to Roosters on Friday, and I got 10 garlic.
Whoa.
Okay. Did you get
Just
the garlic?
because I've had, medium now for, a year and a half from you, I might want to change.
Okay.
Bob.
Well, you'll have to get that order. Let me know about that so I bring him in so you can make you happy. And then I got this Shark. I can't remember what it was. I sent it over the other day. Let's hear it.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain. Zbogom. Pain is the gatekeeper of destiny. Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker? Tell your pain wherever you want to go. Pain will build the stairway to the top.
And that, as per Shark right here, is a Russian mob boss.
I was trying to find his name for you, and all it said was Russian mafia.
He doesn't have a name.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And when you think about this, my kids, Michael Phelps' last world record was broken yesterday. And by a little Frenchman out there in the 400-meter.
Leon Marchand, which was a great atmosphere.
It was.
That was terrific.
And he broke it. It was the last world record. You think Michael Phelps was the greatest swimmer in the world.
Greatest Olympian of all
20
time.
years later, no world records remaining.
Yeah.
All have been broken. Somehow horses in the Kentucky Derby aren't running any faster, but these folks in swimming, track, everything else, testing the bounds of human potential. And to see all of that, and the people asked about Michael Phelps, well, gosh, why didn't he swim in another Olympics? He goes, I didn't take a day off for 20 years.
Yeah.
Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, holidays, birthday.
Every day, I'm in the pool.
A vacation for him was swimming once a day relative to swimming twice, which he normally would do. So pain is getting you there, Beam. It's getting you to the podium. It's the stairway to success.
I think so. I'm enjoying the swimming too, and again, I think Dan Hicks and Rowdy Gaines do a really good job on it. It was awesome that Phelps was on the call yesterday for Marchand. But I forget. I forget which racer it was. I don't know if it was. I think it was a German guy, and he was poised to break the world record in the event that they were racing. So he gets to the finish line. He gets first. He doesn't break the record, and you see him look up at the clock, and he's obviously disappointed. And Rowdy Gaines goes, "Hey, listen, you just won Olympic gold. Nobody will ever take that away from you. You set a world record in doing it. That will be broken in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, however long." He goes, "That will fall. That Olympic gold will stay forever." And I thought that was a great perspective to have on the entire thing.
It really is. It really helps a lot. And tomorrow, we're going to get this. I was going to put it's a little bit long, but I watched the 2008, the final two legs of the men's 4x100 freestyle relay. And it's the one where they come back all and let's see, what's his name? My goodness. I can't remember it. Their anchor, Lasicki maybe, comes back, walks him down, the Frenchman. And it is one of the greatest races you've ever seen. Great call. Gaines is on that as well. Shark, what Schlei's got to say?
So many guys, as we get older, you look for that community and that fellowship. And it's but it's in the trials and the tribulations and the perseverance and the celebration of a hard-fought victory over that piece of crap team. That's what you remember.
Here comes Lesak.
Lesak.
Jason Lesak.
Lesak.
While Beam was wrestling his 16-month-old yesterday and Bobby was wrestling cattle, I had a great weekend. Beautiful weather. We had our granddaughter for the entire weekend from Friday afternoon to Sunday morning, and she was perfect. Went to the pool a couple of times.
I'm sending William to your house.
Yeah. Bring him over.
Okay.
I got the magic touch. And it's just fun, after, 30 years to have a baby, waking up and 7 o'clock and bringing her into bed, let her drink her bottle, and she's fun and happy when she gets up. Mm-hmm. Beam, what has you juiced?
Yeah, that's great for you. I'm super
thinking
excited
of that
for you.
Michael Jackson quote about Macaulay and
Stop it, Bob.
You.
Don't go there.
Yeah, while you were having a great morning with Pia, William was slinging crap around our house, so that's good. And then he bumped his head immediately after that, and then he just seized the day from us. That didn't have me juiced. The crew had me juiced, taking down Aston Villa 4-1 on the weekend. All sorts of fired up about that. And then just what you mentioned, Bob, the Olympics, great. Good to see some Buckeyes out here. Hunter Armstrong, big part in that 4x1 freestyle relay, right? I mean, getting it done. So he's a Buckeye getting it done. 24 in total is the number of Buckeyes competing in this year's Paris Olympic Games. So all sorts of fired up about that. Fired up, too, in 2 minutes' time at Roland Garros, Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic going to take the court over there in Paris, which should be a pretty titanic battle. The Guard surprises all this weekend, and Nicole Cox from Roosters, she's going to hang out with us on National Wing Day next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching slow-moving traffic because of 3 separate crashes on 670. Both those east and westbound lanes impacted between the 315 and 71 split. Also, still watching a crash on I-270 southbound at the 161 split on the northeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, this is Jeff, and I'm one of the owners of Tri-State Men's Health, where we treat men's sexual health issues here in our area. I say our area because I'm from here, and I'm proud that the practices in the Tri-State region are leading the charge against erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and other conditions that affect a man's sexual well-being. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in dealing with these problems. For ED, we have a variety of treatment options and treatment combinations that if you're like most men, you will get your sex life back. And I can say this with all confidence as we have the protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. If you're suffering with the fatigue, low sex drive, bad sleep, brain fog, and other symptoms of low testosterone, our treatment plans are highly effective with most men seeing significant changes in just a few weeks. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
For roof leaks and roof replacements, call Legacy Roofing Services, Central Ohio's commercial roofing leader. Legacy Roofing Services, ranked in the top 100 roofers in America. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. At the Olympics in Paris, men's basketball. Team USA whipped Serbia 110-84. Kevin Durant played just 17 minutes but scored 23 points. In swimming, the U.S. took gold and silver in the women's 100-meter butterfly, with Tori Husky finishing first, followed by Gretchen Walsh. Nick Fink won a bronze in the men's 100-meter breaststroke. In women's soccer, the U.S. downed Germany 4-1 to advance to the knockout round, regardless of the outcome against Australia on Wednesday. In baseball, the Rays topped the Reds 2-1, tying the game in the 8th on a strikeout and wild pitch, and going ahead on a bases-loaded walk. In Philadelphia, the Guardians overcame a 3-run deficit and beat the Phils 4-3. The go-ahead run came on a Stephen Kwan solo homer in the 7th. The Sports Center is sponsored by Roosters. They're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us. On a Monday, Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark coming up here momentarily. We'll be joined in studio by Nicole Cox from Roosters. Coming up here at 8:35, Joshua Perry. He's going to round out the program with us. Maybe memories from Buckeye Camp from JP. So he's going to join the program coming up here in about 35 minutes or so.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Crew took down Aston Villa of the English Premier League on Saturday in a friendly 4-1. A Leagues Cup coming up. I don't like Leagues Cup. But anyways, we have advanced the knockout round, so we don't need to play in the group stage because we won MLS Cup. So we don't know our next opponent in Leagues Cup. Guards take 2 of 3 from Philly in Philly. Bob, I know you were out on Friday. We asked Shark, we're like, hey, what's your prediction for the Guards this weekend? I know they've been struggling, been shut out a lot over the recent weeks, 6 times in 16 games, you said, Shark? They had been shut out. He goes, I think the Guards are going to get swept. And he never says that. And they ended up taking 2 out of 3 in Philly. How about that? Against one of the best teams in baseball.
You should feel better about it now.
Yeah,
we're on a roll.
Feels great. He feels great about it. Are they going to do anything near the deadline, Sharky? I know we're approaching that pretty quickly.
Oh, I hope so, Beam. We need a starting pitcher in the worst way.
See what happens with that. Deadline coming up. They take 2 out of 3. They have a 2-gamer in Detroit coming up against the Tigers. Reds lose 2 out of 3 in Tampa. They got a 3-game homestand against the Cubbies. All kinds of good stuff there. We are now joined in studio by Nicole Cox from Roosters. Nicole, thanks for the time. I know it's a pretty busy part of the schedule for you guys right now.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. So nice of you. It is definitely a busy day. We've got a lot going on at Roosters. We have National Chicken Wing Day. So I'm sure.
How do we celebrate that?
It's a pretty big celebration in the chicken wing world, you guys. We are offering 79-cent boneless and traditional wings all day long at all of our locations, and there is a max of 100 wings per order.
Jeez, the fact that you have to do that is remarkable.
Well,
but I get it.
It's for the best of all of our guests, because if everybody calls in and orders 500 wings each, like we can't keep up on those.
Not that many
orders.
chickens running around.
If I bring my chickens in there, will you wing them for me?
Bobby, there's a lot more involved to that. We've got we got Wayne Farms that helps us with our chickens. Nice. So yeah. But so 79-cent wings all day, boneless and traditional, which we're really excited about. So a nice thing for National Chicken Wing Day. And then a lot of people have been waiting patiently. We've done our Buckeye Bowl trip giveaway every single year. Yep. And now, with the playoff games changing, kind of threw things for a loop. So we have changed up our entire giveaway.
Oh, boy.
The Roosters Buckeye giveaway, where we are giving away 12 ultimate experiences, almost exclusive experiences, I should say. So we are going to have 3 separate drawings. We're going to draw once on Monday, September 2nd, once on October 7th, and once on November 4th. There are 4 prizes in each package. So the first package that you can register for now at www.roosterswings.com.
How about, do you have the QR codes or the napkins?
Oh, yeah, we have the QR codes.
My wife loves the QR code.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's awesome. Yes, so we have those on the napkins. I brought one for you guys today, too, Bob, for you to take to the fan outing. And the big prize, the biggest prize we're giving away in the first round.
I might just put that in the back here afterwards, because then people can QR it off of.
I love it.
I think they can.
I'll bring it in for you.
Yeah.
I'll bring it in.
Cover up Tyvis's beautiful face.
I think we can't cover up Tyvis. We'll just put it next to him. And I think that we sent in the QR code too. I think Mary sent that in. Perfect. So, but we are giving away a trip for 2 to the Oregon game.
How about that?
Isn't that incredible? So we have that. We have the Coach Day, Coaches Show. It's a VIP experience where you sit with Jim Lachey and Paul Keels.
That's worth the price of admission right there.
I'm so glad. Yep. I'm so glad you guys love it. So these are very exciting prizes. So if you go to our website, you will see what you're registering for now, the first 4 prizes, and then you can also see what are upcoming in the next drawings. And register every single day, because every drawing is a brand new chance to win. Like, it's a clean slate.
Okay,
we get rid of registration.
Every day I can sign
register
up for this.
every day.
Okay.
So Austin told me before that there was like 84 million people that registered every week.
Yeah. Bobby likes to say this every time we talk about this promotion. That is not true. So please do not think that people have a great chance of winning, and register every single day, because it increases your odds. And like I said, at each drawing, we just make it a clean slate. So it's like starting over.
Can you win multiple times?
You can only win one drawing each.
You selfish beast asking that question.
Great question, Bobby.
There's
great question.
3 drawings this year. There used to be 1 a week. There was 12 of them, so now there's 3. Just getting some clarification.
Still 12 winners. 12 winners. And we are still giving away 2 trips to whichever playoff game the Buckeyes play in.
Oh.
So that was a little hard to write into the rules, because there are just so many unknowns.
You just don't know.
But regardless, we will make it happen. It may, even if if we're here, which I doubt that's going to be the case, we have like a staycation package. So regardless, it'll be fun.
All right. She is Nicole Cox of Roosters. I did have a question about National Wing Day from Dominic. Are these eat-in only 79-cent special, or can I get it to go?
Dine-in and carry-out.
Okay, that's great.
Great question.
I'm on the website right now, roosterswings.com. You go front page, it's very easy. You do have a click-through navigation menu. So this drawing, the one that is open from now until September 1st, again, the drawing is going to be on September 2nd. I know you talked about the Oregon game, tickets to that's going to be great. Standing room only tickets, like face value from Oregon, are $340 just to get, like, that's
These
face
are actual
value.
seat tickets, though, correct, Nicole?
I'm not. It's through Travel Partner Specialty Tours. So they always make it very, very nice.
So they got the Oregon game on here, plus accommodations, travel accommodations, and everything. They also have 10 tickets in hospitality against Marshall, which is pretty awesome, on September 21st. And then game day package against Iowa, and then let alone the last one that you were talking about, the Coaches Show VIP. Like that's just the first 4-pack of giveaways.
In the Ohio State versus Iowa game, you get pregame sideline passes too. So you get to go down onto the field, experience. You get to see the team warming up. You get to see the band come out. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, tour of the Woody, tour of the Shoe, all kinds of good stuff. And Keels will be fired up in Lachey because Lachey's son should be playing in that one. So that's a great one. The second one's got some great stuff as well. Some basketball stuff in there.
We do.
With Coach Diebler, his show, some courtside tickets.
Yes.
Oh, there's a ton, a cavalcade of unbelievable things. So when you win in the group, how does that work? Do you get to pick? Is it 1 through 4, or you just
You'll be assigned to what you win.
Get assigned. So you pick in there, you get in there, you get assigned what you're going to win. Now, a question for Wing Day. We had 2 new featured sauces, mango habanero and the garlic parmesan.
I like that habanero sauce. It's great.
I'm so glad I love it too.
Are those still available on Wing Day today?
They are.
That's big because the mango habanero is really good. Shark, you said yesterday, every Tuesday I always bring Shark 10 medium flappers only. We talk about it. You said you want to now convert to garlic?
Yes.
Do you want the garlic parmesan? Have you tried that?
That's a limited time special?
Shark, don't worry. I'm going to send you in both so you can try both.
Oh, my.
Thank you for loving Roosters.
He's not even going to make it he's not even going to make it now to your birthday. Eating 20 wings?
No, well,
you'll be great.
He can hold on to them, pass them around.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
I've got a wife.
I might snag some off your
You don't
desk.
let Jan eat any of those.
I'll give her 4 of them.
That's the big thing.
So, Nicole, you're giving me garlic and garlic parmesan?
Yes, I'll give you 10 flappers garlic and 10 flappers Parmesan garlic.
I love you.
Oh, it's easy. We're happy to do it.
No, this is tremendous. So 79 cents all day long. That's going to be tremendous. Nicole, every week we always do the Roosters show over there at the Roosters Lounge with Austin and Berm on the Dotting the I's podcast. We've got football starting up here on Thursday. Ohio State, August 1st. During the spring, Austin was able to procure you a pass to come out there, do some media stuff.
Remember how cool I felt? And I was so excited.
You had a credential. You looked very official.
I wore that credential all day.
Are we going to try to make it out there? Have we talked to Austin?
We haven't talked to him yet, but we are talking to him tomorrow. I would love to go to a practice.
Well,
it makes it so much easier to talk football if I can see it. I'm very visual, like to be there in person and watch what's happening.
So we'll be there Thursday, Friday broadcasting.
Bob's birthday's on Thursday, too. It's a big birthday
I
show.
do know this.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that those come every year. But we'll be out there from 6 to noon.
We're thankful. We're waking up, taking a breath. It's great.
You know what? When people tell my dad, good to see you, he said, it's better to be seen than viewed. So, you know what? I'm just going to take that. Shark got a good laugh out of that one. You can put that in your repertoire now, Shark, when people see you. But I'm excited to get you out there at practice. That'll be fun. It's going to take a look at it. Defense, offense. Is there any particular player, anything that you would like to see, or that, we talk about this every week, something that you might be looking forward to?
I told you I want to see the new guys play, the guys that we haven't gotten to see yet. So like Quinshawn and, the new quarterback. I want to see just how these guys are kind of working into the team we already have. And obviously I think it's I think it's going to be incredible this year.
A lot of Jeremiah Smith hype, too, coming in as a true freshman wide receiver. That'll be fun. I had a question for you. How long does it take you to put all of this together? I mean, because I know that you're very busy and you're just launching it like from start to finish. When you get done working on the bowl trip giveaway this year and say, okay, playoffs are changing, we kind of need to tinker with this. Like from start to finish on this, how many hours have you put into this giveaway?
Well, I will say this is the first year for it to be kind of laid out the way it is. So definitely took some time. With the rules. Next year, it'll be so much easier because we'll have already done it. We'll change the games.
Asked her about this, and she's like, we're still working. It's been, we finally, when I got the email, I was like, okay, now we're finally done.
Well, we're launched today.
Well, there's a lot, too. There's a lot of approvals. There are a lot of moving parts of making sure we're getting all of these things from all the different entities, So, but
you told me it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
You know me though, Bobby. I'm kind of a rule follower. So I really I like to triple check everything, obviously. So, but it's launched today and it's very exciting. I've already been on. I'm the first person to register, even though I don't qualify. I will delete that registration because I don't want to, add to it.
We call your name off?
But I had to,
one in the 84 million registrants.
But I had to, I just want to make sure it was like, retrieving the registrations.
Absolutely.
And so I stayed up till midnight, put that first one in. I was like, check, we're launched.
A couple of comments on the YouTube channel. Nicole said they may want the Chipotle barbecue back. Is there any plans on bringing that back?
I will put that request in because I also love the Chipotle. As of right now, it's not on the docket, but
we got to get through the launch of the giveaway first.
Nicole is kind of like Red at Shawshank. She's someone that can get some things done for you. So fill up her inbox. You guys are going to have the fan golf outing is today.
Yes.
You got some Roosters catering out there, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Yes.
Is the fine Mr. Eric?
Yep. Eric will be out actually playing and representing the Roosters team because I was unable to play today, but we're excited to be out there. It's such a great event, and it's so wonderful that you guys do that to give back.
It's great. Nicole, we appreciate the time. Thanks for stopping by. Again, QR codes on the napkins, that'll be a thing. roosterswings.com/contest. That'll be there. You go into any restaurant, celebrate Wing Day and International Wing Day as well. 79-cent boneless and bone-in, carry out.
Limit 100.
And dine-in.
Limit 100.
Correct.
You can't get 101 of them. Nicole, we appreciate the time. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Nicole Cox of Roosters. Great stuff. Go visit them. A fun, casual joint. One of our favorites, of course, here on the show. One Buckeye is so good in the new college football game that they literally had to ban playing with Ohio State. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching slow-moving traffic because of 3 separate crashes on 670. Both those east and westbound lanes impacted between the 315 and 71 split. Also still watching a crash on I-270 southbound at the 161 split on the northeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up 2 brand new showrooms in the Columbus area, located in Reynoldsburg and Polaris, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my 2 brand new Bob's Discount Furniture stores coming to Reynoldsburg and Polaris this summer.
Get Bob's Discount! Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks, toast, Grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, loot and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's $30 show. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Common Man and T-Bone.
We need a common sense emperor, and I would like to volunteer for that job. Of the world. Of the world. Yes, of the world. Emperor of the world.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Hot under the collar? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix that fast. 1-800-COOLING.
FC Series presents Premier League giants Manchester City versus Chelsea. Don't miss the chance to see these great teams live at Ohio Stadium. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com.
Hey guys, it's summer and time to do more outdoors, but do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men and happens naturally. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now, Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer till July 31st. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
We're 1,000 miles from the southern border, but illegal immigrant crime is in our backyard.
This man is charged with aggravated murder after a body was found in an alley just north of Cincinnati. Furman Garcia Gutierrez is an illegal immigrant who's been to jail nearly a dozen times, deported 7 times.
Senator Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio that release dangerous, illegal immigrant criminals like this one onto our streets to commit even worse crimes in Ohio and across the country. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S1068, the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act, and start voting against dangerous illegal immigrant criminals and for our safety in Ohio. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After a dry stretch of weather, today we reintroduce a chance of rain. Looking at scattered showers today with a high of 85. Tonight, look for a few showers, low 70. Showers on your Tuesday with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
This is Long here, a little Monday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment, 8:35, Joshua Perry. He's going to join the program as well. You can always watch us on the YouTube machine live as we stream. And, of course, you can watch the show after it's done, or you can listen and download the podcast as well. If you miss anything. Nicole Cox of Roosters, she stopped by. National Wing Day, 79 cents bone-in and boneless wings. Carry out, eat in, whatever you want to do.
Limit
we have
100.
The Limit 100. And if you're watching on the YouTube machine, we have the QR code right there. I don't know if you can scan that from your phone.
Oh, you can. You pause it, zoom on in on that thing. Absolutely.
Shark, can you? I'm not watching the camera right now. Can you see it? You can see the QR code?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Perfect.
Prominently displayed. Scan me.
Right there. It's right over Tyvis. You can see Tyvis's right eye right behind it.
I think you're going to like the garlic parmesan, Shark. I mean,
they're good. I liked the mango habanero.
That's my favorite. Better. But if he wants parmesan, like or he wants garlic, the garlic parmesan is just like the level up. But you're going to get 10 of each, so have fun with that.
Maybe that's dinner for 2 nights. Depending on whether or not my wife's home.
Maybe lunch and dinner.
When I quit feeding you when you retire, are you going to starve to death?
I'm going to lose weight.
Well, he's going to start having the shakes. Withdrawal.
I'll still be going to Roosters every week.
I know you will. You're going to have to pay for them now. So we got the Olympics on right now, and I'm like fumbling around the TV. I'm like, what channel is E on? Because I thought the Joker and Nadal match is supposed to be on that. We're getting just dropped into some sort of
equestrian.
Is this equestrian?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
What do you else see?
Horses running around, jumping up. Yeah, but there's like cross country equestrian. There's dressage. There's all kinds of different. That's like horse dancing.
Well,
they're in a ring and they're dancing with horses.
Yeah, but there's stuff that they're jumping here. So this has to be equestrian.
Yeah, you're right.
Some form of equestrian.
And then on the other screen, it's the Americans taking on Spain in field hockey.
Yeah.
Which I know nothing. I don't even know if there's a group stage, if it's knockout. I don't know how nothing works. But me and you are sitting here screaming at the TV during the breaks.
It's tied 0-0, or it's 1-1, Beam. That's a big deal. We had the equalizer. We need to get the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, we really do. Need to get that going. So, Buckeyes start camp this week, and if you've been on social media at all and you've gotten into the algorithm of the college football video game that has come out, the new EA Sports college football video game, you have probably seen that Quinshon Judkins is a cheat code in the game and his
pretty good
in his spin move. So listen to this. I saw this. I was reading this from 11 Warriors. Quinshon Judkins is one of the best running backs in college football. He also might be the best player in EA Sports College Football 25. Harkening back to the days of Bo Jackson tearing through defenses in Tecmo Bowl, Judkins' platinum spin move has gotten a lot of attention from college football personalities and video game content creators since the game's release, with some even arguing that EA Sports need to implement a patch to nerf his abilities. So, like, there's things in video games, Bob, called being OP'd, which is like overpowered, like an overpowered character, like Bo Jackson. So Judkins' spin move became such a source of angst among the competitive gaming community that the Players Lounge, which I've never heard of this before, but if you're a gamer, you probably know it. That's an app that allows you to wager on video games. So you can wager on the games that are being played. And I don't know if this is like, I'm watching you, so I'm betting on you, or if I'm like betting on myself and you're like playing against each other for money.
Voyeurism? You're watching?
Basically.
All right.
On an app that allows wagering on video games, banned players from selecting Ohio State as their team in EA Sports College Football 25 unless both parties agree to it beforehand. And a lot of that is due to Quinshon Judkins' ability in this game because he is either highly overpowered or just so highly ranked.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. Like, the game just came out. Now, granted, they hadn't made this game in a number of years, but like EA Sports, it's not like they didn't make football games in between. They still had Madden.
Still had Madden.
So there's similarities to that. But the fact that you'd have one guy that's that good, that to me is pretty wild. That they had to ban him, like ban the team.
They banned Ohio State from, like, if you don't agree to play Ohio State, then you're not playing.
I mean, are they that much better than Georgia? Were they the only team that was banned?
I think it is. I think they are the only team that is banned because of Quinshon Judkins' ability to do a spin move.
The spin doctors?
Yeah. There was a video I watched him. I don't even know the two guys who were playing, but I mean, he's just spinning all the way up the field, and the Oregon defender can't even keep up with him.
Like the Tasmanian devil out there, just spinning a circle,
spinning all around.
By the way, we had a big bonfire on Friday night.
Yeah,
had a bunch of those trees and everything pulled out, so had a nice little fire for the kids. After we did a little late night sunset boat cruise, came back, lit the fire up, and there's this like bench. It almost looks like a patio porch swing that's tied up to these trees. I don't know how they did it. I mean, it's tied up like 50 feet up in the air.
Okay.
And so the kids is by the fire.
So the swing is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the bench swings you can sit on. It's very relaxing. And the kids were taking each other, spinning that thing up. I mean, a decent way.
Is it on ropes or chains?
Oh, it's on ropes.
Okay.
Spinning that thing. I mean, to the point where one of the kids threw up that night in bed. And they're like, do you think they were sick? I'm like, no. I think it's the fact that they spun in a
500 RPM.
Oh, for one of the spins was like 5 minutes long. I like looked, I'm like, is that still Cullen on there? Of course. It's like, why would you guys want to do that?
Why would you pay $80 to go to Cedar Point when you can spin on your own swing?
It was so brutal. And I was going to get sick looking at it. I'm like, I can't watch this. This is awful. Just spinning in a circle, no dice.
That doesn't sound very fun at all.
No.
Bonfire sounds great.
Yeah, I'm like, watch
couple
the
of beverages,
bonfire.
that's good.
It's like, yeah, that's one of my buddies was down. He's coming down for the rafting. I was like, hey, Matt, you want to try to jump that? He's like, no. I go, but maybe next weekend when your wife's not here. And she like looked over. I'm like, Because I'm too old for that, but not when everybody else is around.
Yeah, when you're here, I'm too old for it. When it's just the dudes hanging out, drinking a couple of beverages.
Put some money on the line.
You taking that water bottle full of vodka to your whitewater trip?
Well, if it doesn't rain much, the water's down. I mean, it's been pretty. We took the boys. It was pretty easy because the water level was so low. I mean, it hasn't rained a whole bunch at all. So we're getting today's rain. Maybe hopefully we'll get some more later in the week, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I mean, that's
a one and done.
Yeah, I mean, because a long trip, I drink it all, then I run out, and then I'm just unsatisfied for the next 2 hours.
Joshua Perry, he's going to join us. We'll break down Buckeye Camp with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, 670 eastbound, still slow moving because of a crash near the 71 split. Also, 315 southbound, still tracking a crash in those southbound lanes just beyond 5th Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Ah, the sounds of back to school time. There's plenty to about this time of year, so let Cane's take something off your plate by putting something on it, like hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
BreezeLine's fiber-powered home internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you could trust. With a price lock guarantee, no contracts, and free equipment, you can't beat this amazing deal. Protection against cyber threats and no annoying data caps means you'll never have to think about your internet again. And now you can bundle and save when you add BreezeLine Mobile, with plans starting as low as $12.50 per month per line. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Limited time offer. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Red Hot savings at Logan Services. Save up to $2,700 off a train system and pick one freebie to keep your home extra comfy. Book your free estimate now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our 10 for 10 sale, participating items like Lay's Stacks, Rice-A-Roni, and Sparkling Ice Sparkling Water are $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? Too many families suffer in silence, watching someone they care about struggle day after day. At Pinnacle Treatment and Recovery Works, we understand the pain and the heartache. More importantly, we know how to help. Our comprehensive addiction treatment programs can help you reclaim your life. Imagine waking up with hope, free from the fear of withdrawal. Help your loved ones, your son, your daughter, or help yourself. Take the step that changes everything. Visit pinnacletreatment.com/Ohio. Your new life starts now.
We don't talk politics on The Fan. It's divisive, fear-stoking, and negative. That's what our social media is for. Or your crazy uncle's house, or the grocery store, or you get my point. The Fan, Ohio's politics-free destination.
Hey there, weekend warriors. Austin Ward here. Sick of that slice? Tired of those 3-putts? What if I told you your handicap isn't about your swing, it's about your weight? Why not take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180? We're talking 10 strokes off by August, getting your tour card by September, winning your first major, year 1. Think about it. Fame, fortune, and most important, winning $5 off your buddy, because you, sir, are closest to the pin. Taking strokes off your game is just 40 pounds away at Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 does not guarantee an immediate 10 strokes off your score, receiving a tour card, or the ability to control the weather. Individual results may vary. Your newfound athleticism might cause jealousy amongst your foursome, leading to accusations of steroid use. Awaken 180 is not responsible for defending your honor in the clubhouse. Awaken 180 cannot guarantee that your newfound golf prowess will lead to a sponsorship deal, but we can't not guarantee it either. Awaken 180 is not responsible for any dramatic fist bumps or unsolicited golf tips you give to strangers. Awaken 180 does not offer refunds for any lost wagers made on your improved golf game. Bet wisely, my friend. Strokes off your game by dropping pounds off your frame. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
Well, guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text KING to 42424 2424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, Monday edition of the program. We're going to be Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our great friend. He is Joshua Perry. JP, happy Monday, buddy. What's going on as we get ready for Buckeye Fall Camp? Camp's getting underway around college football. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. It's crazy to believe that camp is among us, but I mean, here we are, and the guys are getting ready to strap on the pads here. They're going to be miserable for about a month of their life, and then the games will begin.
I know that you cover everything Big Ten. You've been about it for a long time. First-time head coaches, Joshua, there can be some issues with the media. Did you get a chance to have the opportunity to see Deshaun Foster open up at Big Ten Media Days about how passionate he is and excited about UCLA, a college located in the city of Los Angeles, joining the Big Ten?
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. So before he went up there, as everybody's kind of filtering into Lucas Oil, had a chance to catch up with him. It was me and Mike Robb, Matt Castle from the NBC set, and I had interviewed him actually this offseason. Mike Robb played with him, Castle knew him, so we're all just yucking it up. And at one point, his SID comes over and just says to him, hey, Brett Bielema yesterday, he went for about 12 minutes up there at the podium. And so we're all joking about the filibuster and the whole deal. And, some of the coaches are really good at the filibuster. I mentioned Bielema. Dan Lanning went for a really long time on his opening statement. PJ Fleck does it all the time. Some of these guys, they'll go on the opening statement, won't open it up for questions or have a couple left by the time their time is up. And so maybe that was an approach there. And he gets up on stage, and you see the moment where he freezes. And I think it was really unfortunate there. And kind of the statement about UCLA and USC being the two teams in LA, that was a tough one to watch. And, I think if you win games, nobody's going to be talking about it. But part of the job of being a head coach, especially nowadays, is your ability to relay messages through the media, to connect with fan bases, communication overall. So certainly something I don't think any of us wanted to see. It was really unfortunate to watch. I know people got some good memes out of it. And he joked about it, too, when he went to, his individual podium there. And, he's like, I haven't opened up Twitter. I've gotten texts from my friends. So he's taking it in stride. But that was a crazy moment, I got to say.
Yeah, well, it really was. It was pretty uncomfortable, too. And I'm glad he rebounded it, kind of in like the breakaway sessions, JP, and then other interviews. He seemed to be just fine. But, yeah, that was as bad of a 1 minute as you get there. Or you could go the whole way. I know that you were talking about like PJ Fleck and Bielema and kind of filibustering and just going over your roster and culture and everything. You could take the Urban Meyer approach, too, and just forego your opening statement and just say straight to questions.
Dude, I mean, that approach is absolutely amazing. It's like in media day, part of what all the coaches like to do now is they'll talk about each individual player that they brought, and the really good ones will talk about, I talked to his mother, Teresa, whoever, the other day about this opportunity. Like, they'll bring in the families, and it's like, oh, wow, look at the culture here. Like, really family-based culture, cares about the players. And Coach Meyer, like, not to say that he didn't care about us. Like, he cares about us deeply still to this day. But he would just be like, questions. And everybody's like, all right, let's get to it. And the contrast in approaches from some of these guys is absolutely amazing.
That's what I love. I mean, I wish he just would have said questions. I don't hear him say anything. And I was talking to Schleggs. It's like, why wouldn't he just get up there and talk about the culture and his program and, what they preach and all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. That's assuming that they do all that. He's a first-time head coach, and I'd like to believe that there's a coherent plan. But, Joshua, as you know, there's people that ascend to these positions sometimes quite rapidly just due to the convenience of where they're at. And I'm not here to say whether Deshaun Foster is going to be a great coach or a bad coach, but I don't know if he's fully prepared for the expectation of what it is and the fact that they're entering into a conference now where they're going to be traveling a lot. There's going to be logistical challenges. And your head coach left to become a coordinator, probably due to the fact that there wasn't requisite university support. So I just kind of feel for him there. Outside of that, I mean, you got a chance to kind of watch most of it. You were there, you know, talking about it. What were some of the other big takeaways that you had from the time in Indy?
Well, I would say the first one, and the question was asked a lot to the current, you know, the Big Ten teams that have been in the Big Ten and the newcomers about this idea of style of play from the West Coast teams and the traditional Big Ten teams. And it was really interesting to hear the answers there because, of course, people have talked about, you know, maybe some of the wide open offenses, some of the tempo that you've seen, but everybody, right, like the coaches that are coming into, the coaches that have been here, talked about the importance of winning in the trenches, right? Like Dan Lanning talked about the trenches. Lincoln Riley said, we know that we're going to have to be really good in the trenches. The coaches that have been in the Big Ten said, listen, we know this conference comes down to the trenches. So in terms of style of play, I think everybody understands what it's really going to take at the end of the day to win the games. They're going to try to execute it through their different styles. But I thought it was really unique to hear some of the West Coast coaches talking about, you know, it's not a shock to us what we're getting ready to get into in terms of the Big Ten. I would also say some of the new coaches, right, and this goes to Kurt Cignetti, Jed Fish, it would be in this category as well. These dudes, man, have a ton of confidence. And I got a chance to
Cignetti, whoa.
Dude, I mean, he's like, listen, man, you guys picked us to finish 17 out of 18 teams. He said, I don't get into all of that polling stuff. I don't believe in all of that. But let me just give you a history of my track record. Then he goes like, I was at JMU, and they picked us to finish last. And guess what? We're playing for a conference championship. And I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. Indiana's a little bit of a different deal. But when I talk to him, he's like, first off, our players have to believe. He's like, I believe in my ability to coach. And he's like, we got to get the fans involved in this thing, too. So he's trying to get people fired up. I appreciate it. Jed Fish, very similar thing. He's like, oh, you know, everybody's talking about how many guys we've lost. Nobody's lost this many people. And he's like, I don't care. I'm here to win games. Look at what we did at Arizona. Nobody gave us a fighting chance at Arizona, and we started winning games there, too. These dudes are all confident. I think it's good because as I really start to evaluate, like, there has to be a top, there has to be a middle, there has to be a bottom end of the conference. But I do think a lot of this conference elevates from the idea of, number one, the financial resources, but number two, everybody's invested in being competitive, so I love to hear it.
He is Joshua Perry with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. On their perspective, too, like, why would you get into coaching or why would you take those jobs if you don't think inherently that you can win them? And so, like, yeah, they're going to have that attitude, and it's a great attitude to have as they look to build support around the program. JP, have you been diving into any of the Olympics?
Yeah, I watched a little bit last night. I think the Whip Around show that NBC did, really good to catch some of the coverage there. Some of the swimming stuff I thought was amazing. How about Simone Biles? Like, you know, you get the injury, just go ahead and tape it up, and I'm going to go out there and be a dog. And I know that, you know, based off of what happened a few years ago, like, she is intently focused on returning to form and being the best gymnast in the world. But that was some amazing stuff to watch right there.
Can we, the commentator on that, whoever was doing the color, talking about her lower extremity injury, can we just call it like an ankle, calf? Like, I mean, she obviously taped that up.
We saw what it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's lower extremity. I'm like, this isn't hockey, okay? She has tape. She's wearing
some of those commentators
leotard.
are brutal too. They're like, oh, she's out of the Olympics. Like, she worked 4 years, now it's gone. I'm like, wow, jeez.
You guys are so hard on these commentators.
No, I like the commentary. I'm just sitting on my couch watching the Olympics, and it's like, well, that's a 0.3 deduction. She should just be devastated. I'm like, well, it looked pretty good to me. Looks good to me.
I mean, the one, the gymnast who, like, almost fell off of the platform.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we would be lying if we didn't say, oh, my gosh, she should be devastated. Like, absolutely. And I think she was trying to defend gold there and kind of, you know, she knew what she was up against in that quest. So that was tough. I agree with Bobby, though. Like, not only can we see the tape and just an aside there, the skin colored tape, I think, is an awesome thing. It's neither here nor there.
I looked at Joshua. I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, where did we get, like, all these different flesh tones of tape?
Listen, everybody's been out here doing the anti-DEI thing, and I think one of the great revelations that we've had is we make a better world for a lot of people, and the tape seems like a minor thing. I'm telling you, the tape and the Band-Aid seem like a minor thing. It's a huge deal. So here we are with that. But the other part, too, is we could read her lips where she was saying my cat.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we have to dance around it like we didn't know it was a cat.
And the fact, too, it's like, yeah, even with a blown-out calf, I'm still going to win gold in a bunch of these events. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Enjoy the start of training camps all around college football and the NFL, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, guys. Take care.
There he goes, Joshua Perry on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're still watching crews clear up a crash at the 670-71 split. Watch for slow-moving traffic heading eastbound right near that area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks, toast, Grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, loot and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio, lottery. It's $30, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. I was in my Lexus the other day. It was hot as hell, but I was so thankful for my ventilated seats. I'm not saying that's why you should buy one. It's just very nice. Right now at Jermaine Lexus, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with lease payments as low as $499 a month and 3.99% financing on select models. Get this, the RZ is 0%. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Ignite your Irish spirit at the Dublin Irish Festival, August 2nd through 4th. Prepare to be blown away as you explore one of the top Irish festivals in the US, drawing over 100,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Enjoy 7 music stages, 60 acts and more than 800 performers, epic Irish entertainment, great food and more. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
The Buckeyes are starting fall camp and we're tagging along. The Fan is broadcasting live August 1st through the 4th at Ohio State football practice. Morning Juice and Bishop and Friends Thursday and Friday, plus live weekend programming. Let's go.
We've all heard the horror stories. Someone knocking on your door, offering a free roof inspection. Sure, sounds great, right? Only for them to go up and damage your shingles, cause a mess, and try to push a new roof through your insurance. Rather than dealing with the headache of filing vandalism claims, call a company you can trust, Newman Roofing. For 32 years, Newman Roofing has built a reputation of honesty and integrity right here in Central Ohio. They will assess whether your roof has sustained damage from recent storms or if it still has some life left. There's never any pushy sales tactics. They'll educate you about your roof's condition and answer any questions, giving you the peace of mind you deserve. So, whether you need a roof replacement or a simple repair, call the most trusted roofing company in Central Ohio, Newman Roofing. Visit online at newmanroofing.com or call 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Something amazing is happening in business. More companies are turning to Mac. From finance to fulfillment, CDW will seamlessly support Mac integration into your organization. With the power of Apple Silicon, best-in-class security, and compatibility across your favorite apps, your team will have the performance they need and the tools they love. Make amazing happen. Mac and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/Apple.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we are tracking a few scattered showers. The high will be 85 this afternoon. Tonight look for scattered showers with a low of 70. And then on your Tuesday expect morning showers with a sunny and hot afternoon. The high will be 87. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, little Monday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. All kinds of good stuff coming up. Friend Zone edition today of the program with those guys, Bishop and Friends, coming up from 9 to noon. Timmy May, the great Timmy May, in studio with those guys today. They're checking with Austin Ward and Pete Nakos of Lettermen Row coming up here, or actually on 3, not Lettermen Row, but on 3 of 11:33. And, of course, we'll check in with their Monday check-in with Austin Ward. It's all kinds of good stuff coming up for them today. I think, so I texted my guys over at CCC, Bob, and I said, Bob wants to know if we're going to be walking today or not. Got a swift text back, said, no, carts are allowed.
That's good. Walking would have immediately eliminated me.
The radar doesn't show anything else coming here until like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
It's going to be
maybe I'll play for a little bit.
It's going to be a tight race to the finish.
I am a fair weather golfer at best, meme. I wasn't even going to bring my sticks and shoes, but I did.
I got the car all packed up last night.
I looked at it and it rained, and it was supposed to rain all morning. Like, if we can't be out there for the show, I'm not going to go over there. I don't enjoy golf enough to do it while I'm miserable.
Yeah.
It can make me miserable on its own.
That makes sense. I get it.
I don't need the weather to help contribute to it. So
I'm already going to be miserable.
If it's a bad day outside, like, why am I going to want to go do this?
I'm not going to have to hit a drive all day with you, Andy Katzenmoyer, and Jake Ballard.
Coach, have you ever played Jake? You've played with Jake.
I've played with Jake. I've never played with Andy.
Andy, I think, can hit it as far, if not farther than Jake.
Yeah, driver's staying in the bag today.
I also saw Jake or Andy take a golf ball off the chest from about probably 20 feet off a drive.
Okay. On purpose?
No, it just got sprayed to him, and he was walking in front of the tee box. I hate you.
364 more days till next year's hockey tryouts.
Took it right off the chest. AJ will tell you about it. It was amazing.
Is it from AJ?
No. It was from one of his buddies. AJ's out there playing with him. And he just blasted it off of him. And he didn't mean to, but he's like, Andy's the only guy that could take one off the chest and not go down.
He'd be fine.
He's like, he didn't even go to a knee. It's like, that might put some people in the hospital. Like, I didn't even go.
It would.
I had to go check for some internal
Depending on
bleeding.
who it was, it would evicerate you, turn you into dust.
Andy is such a large, just ginormous human being that it didn't impact him at all. It's like a cow getting shot with a BB gun. A giant
As
beast.
you figured out this weekend, trying to give the cows the vaccines.
Those things. I tried to tell someone they were straight up 600 pounds of muscle. Those little ones before they get too big. Well, they're too big to control, but they're not like fully grown. I go, it's basically like an adolescent, like just meated up dude.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy strong. And they're very bold and brave. So, yes, it was awful. Fell down. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't break my arm. It's like if I get my arm pinned between the gate and this guy.
Oh, you're done.
Dude.
Yeah, you're done, Zach.
Like, let alone if I fell down and they stepped on it. Man, I wouldn't be able to open a ketchup bottle the rest of my life.
No.
It'd been terrible.
It was shattered in multiple different places.
Oh, it would have been yes, it would look like a wet noodle. They'd have to piece that thing back together. It'd be a 17-hour surgery.
All for trying to pin it against a fence with another fence.
Trying to save their own life. Just listen to me. Take the shot. Let me help you.
How hard is that? Just listen to me. That's what I wanted to do with William yesterday, too. Just listen to me.
That's what I'm saying.
All right?
We've all been there, Bean. Believe me. There's times, you see all these things, and you're like, gosh, these people are terrible. They've abused their kids, this and that. And there's times where you start to talk to yourself, like, I can see, listen, you guys keep pushing. All right?
Pushing my limits.
There's only so much rope left in the back of this. You're getting to the end. You don't want to see where this thing ends up.
The problem with a 16-month-old is you can't really explain to them that.
Oh, you're just talking to yourself to give yourself
Which makes it even worse.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. You don't know what I'm saying.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Quit yelling at me.
We were sitting at dinner
Eat
last
your
night.
food.
He was eating appetizers and everything. And I mean, appetizers as in like cut up red peppers and cucumbers. And he would take one, look at both of us and just drop it on the ground. We're like, we're not going to give it to you then.
Yeah.
Then he would start crying
100%.
until he gave it back. Then he would just drop it on the ground. We're like, I don't know what to do.
Kids are terrorists.
I don't
dude.
know what to do.
We
I'm
call them. I was like, get off Team Al Qaeda. When you do that, you come back to the house. Okay. You're gonna quit being a terrorist.
It was awful. I told Mayor today, I'm like, if it rains and our golf outing gets canceled, I'm gonna go to the movie theater or something because I've already built in time that I'm gonna be away from the house.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go somewhere else today and hang out.
I'm gonna go sit somewhere. Go to Roosters. It's 79-cent wing day. I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna eat the 100 limit wings.
I'll have 100, please.
Yeah. Is this to go? Are you feeding a family? No, just bring them out in increments.
Bring them out every 10 at a time. I'll just put my new order of flavors in when you're ready to
rock.
Like
McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street. You bring out these martinis every 7.5 minutes until one of us passes out. That would be me at Roosters today.
That'll be Beam.
I was on the YouTube chat. We had Nicole Cox of Roosters in a little bit earlier, and the people wanted the Chipotle barbecue back. But listen to this. One of the guys said, how long has this been on? JJ said, how long have you guys been on YouTube? I'm from Australia. Watching us in Australia. What time is it in Australia
Probably
right
about
now?
flipped. It's probably more of the evening show. I'm guessing I bet they're about 14 hours.
It's 10:54 right now. Look at you, 14 hours ahead.
So, yeah, I guess it's 10:54. So 8:54, so 12.
Yeah,
14. I nailed it.
Yeah.
Gosh. So amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10:54.
Didn't even tell me what city he was in.
Well, it's different, too. Like in Canberra, it's 10:54. In Perth, it's 8:54. It's a rather large continent, so they do have different time zones. But yeah, got an Aussie watching the show this morning. That's pretty great. Well, for them this evening, they're watching that. Have you watched any of the surfing from Tahiti?
Is that in the Olympics?
Yeah, they're doing surfing and
Tahiti. That's not in France.
Well, it's French Polynesia, so they can get away with it. But yeah, they're down there on the island, and Colin Jost is the one who's like down there anchoring the coverage
from SNL.
From SNL
Weekend Update.
I'm like, this dude is married to Scarlett Johansson and got sent on assignment to Tahiti to cover surfing. The guy's winning at life.
Surfing would be pretty cool, but like you would lose the Olympic feel. I mean, afterwards they had to go back and hang out at the Olympic Village. Listen, if you're a professional surfer, Beam, pretty sure you've been to all the great places in the world. Like, it's not like you're surfing in Cleveland, Ohio. All the great places.
Now that's something I would like to see.
Well, you could maybe, but they're going to all those exotic locales that we talk about. That's where the big waves are.
Well, in LA in 2028, they're just going to head down the road to Malibu.
Is Kunu there, you think?
I came here to ride giants, Kunu. Well, now you got to get up. Now you're not doing anything. Before we get out of here today, our daily fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. It's International Chicken Wing Day. Which do you prefer more? Prefer more. That's tough for me to say. Bone in, boneless, both, or neither. It all depends on the situation.
Dude, boneless chicken wings or chicken nuggets?
They are chicken nuggets, but I enjoy them.
You can still enjoy them, but we'll just call them what they are.
I do like a nice bone-in wing.
I like that you said myrrh, because Court gets on me now, because when I'll say fur, like instead of saying say fur. I'm like, well, me and Nelly. I mean, right, her. Fur. Like, that's like people, I guess, in the Midwest actually do talk like that.
Bob, I had a great time today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow on a big Tuesday if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have a great day. Friend Zone edition of the program with Timmy May. They're on until noon. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're still watching crews clear up a crash at the 670-71 split. Watch for slow-moving traffic heading eastbound right near that area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Is a fan action update.
Your Big Ten action update. The Michigan Wolverines have the 4th best odds to win the Big Ten this year at 7-1. Michigan has the 11th best odds to win the national championship at 25-1. The Wolverines' season win total is at 8.5 games, with Michigan's non-conference schedule, including Fresno State, Texas, and Arkansas State. And Michigan is plus 118 to make the 12-team college football playoff. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
My name is Dr. Ray Tessner. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Columbus, Ohio. I've been involved with taking care of athletes and aging athletes for over 35 years.
Dr. Ray Tessner knows a thing or two about joint pain, and one thing he's a big believer in right now is regenerative medicine.
The advantage that I see in a regenerative medicine that there's really no downside to it.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting way to deal with joint pain, using natural, concentrated healing agents from your own body to go to work on achy joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Tired of that pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Before you go under the knife, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You really can get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
QC Kinetics has become a leader in the regenerative medicine field.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. One more, Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444-ROOF.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.